Welcome to the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Canopy Bowling Network from Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. Number 4 seed Hingham on the road take on defending champion Central 3. Josh Daley, the captain, leading off. Chris McDonough for Hingham on the right. Just underway. First of 3 strings. 2 points for a win, 1 for a tie, 2 for total. 8 points on the line. Josh taps 1 for a 7. Chris a 9. Early 2-pin lead for Hingham. This is week 20 of 35. Next week will be Academy Lanes. Number 10 seed Lafayette, number 2 seed number 3 seed Academy 2 next week, January 31st, 2025 on Canopy Bowling Network on YouTube. 5-7-10, ridiculous. Daley slams 9. 6-pin left up. Greg Gouillart on the technology. They got an early start, so we're trying to get caught up here still in the setup. Bob Levy joining us also. Greg will call the middle string as well. Daley missed. Chris takes 1 for a 9. 18 through 2. Daley, a Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third. Not a good time for that. 10. 17 through 2. It's still a 2-pin lead for Hingham right now. Actually, a 3-pin lead, 19-16. Craig Holbrook on the mend. Hope you're doing good, Craig. Miss you. Classy guy, Hall of Famer. Be in the Hall of Fame 5 times probably with his numbers. Filling in for him. Left-handed Chris McDonough. He bounces right for 7. 1-4-7. Here's the Terminator, Charlie Collins. Wonder where he got that nickname from. Going right for 7. 1-2-4 opportunity. We're on lanes 15 and 16 upstairs in this 22-lane classic house. All wood. McDonough for a spare. Just missed right. Charles from Waltham, Massachusetts. Works for the YMCA.
Okay, settling in here a bit here. Sorry, a little shakiness on the camera. We'll try and stabilize.
Collins, 2 full. People walk by, it's an old lane. But when people walk by, it's going to shake the camera a little bit, fortunately. So bear with us to bring it to you live. And that is a Paul Grant special. Missed second, make the third for him. A 10. And Collins a 10 to match. Welcome, Greg Gouillart.
Thank you very much. It's the Friday Night Pro League here on Candlepin Bowling Network. The format of the Friday Night Pro League is 3 strings in this 5-on-5 team format. 2 match points for each string win, 2 for total, and it's these match points that determine the standings.
Top 8 of 12 make the playoffs. McDonough 6 to 10, Wood rolling away. Here's Charlie Collins. And he bounces 6, make it 7, even better. 4 middle, 7 left, 8 right, and that 45% triangle conversion rate on lane 15. All stats provided by Canopy Bowling Network. Executive producer Bob Lee here with the research. McDonough spare. Collins' turn, missed right, 4 on the 7. Hanging with the early lead, and this way too early first. Collins, nice 10, 20 through 2. Chris 20 in the ball through 2. 39-36, Hingham a 3-pin lead plus a bonus ball. Middle ball is Nick Leach returning on the 6-pin rotation. Nick Norcross off tonight. Generally had the low man out unless people are away. Veteran bowler John Zappi, Hall of Fame eligible of the 2027 class. Must be nominated by February 28, 2027 to be considered for the Hall of Fame class that year. 2-4-7 to 9, not a bad lead with the wood. Nick Leach, blast 5. Look better than that. Check mark on the 10.
And delighted to say we have our executive producer Bob Lee on the microphone as well.
Yes. Yeah, hey, good to see you, Greg. Good to be at one of these events. This is one of the things I miss most about living near the Berkshires.
Oh, what a try by Leach. Wow. Hey, Bob, it feels like Monday Night Football. 3 men in the booth for the second week in a row.
That's right. Well, I'm gonna roam around. We got 3 matches here. I'll probably go rove and give you updates later on.
And you can help Greg with the second string if you like. I can rove the second string. Greg will call the middle string. Give you guys a chance to do some play-by-play together, like old times.
That would be great.
Each of the 9, 48-45. Hingham up by a field goal, plus a bonus ball. Bob, the executive producer and founder of Canopy Bowling Network, originally Spread Eagle Productions. considered a derogatory term, hence the name, Candlepin Bowling Network.
Well,
It's not derogatory. No,
Well, some people took it that way.
Spread eagle is the
yes, we all know.
Is the best thing you can shoot, the worst outcome.
Like our broadcast.
Yes.
When you do it live, there's never a perfect broadcast. Mike Morin hasn't had one in 53 years. He said you'll never have one when you do it live.
Right.
You get all the mistakes, all the blemishes live. We don't mind. Bring it to you live. John Zappi, a 9. Nick Leach, a nice 10. Charles Collins on TikTok, _Charles1_. _Charles1_ on TikTok. Please support him. Great guy.
TikTok is still functioning, I guess, it was shut down for a moment.
Yep.
The Oracle servers are back up.
90-day stay for now.
Candlepin Bowling Network.
Raise your microphone up a bit, Bob, excuse me.
Candlepin Bowling Network will not be joining TikTok until they straighten out the ownership.
Here's Shawn Baker filling it tonight. Slams 8. 6 right, 7 left, 2 pieces. Now 1. So we can kick it over. Here's Justin Waters on lane 15 in the 4th spot, as usual. Danny Harris, the anchor, up next.
Justin and Danny be bowling in the money match tomorrow.
That's right.
Justin with a 127.8 average. Danny 129.9 in away matches here at Friday Night League.
How dare he get under 130? What's wrong with that guy? Waters almost.
Reason
Taps
there's
it
so
in.
much overlap between the Central 3 and Academy Worlds team.
Yeah.
John Winchell to Shawn Baker as Baker gets a 9. His wife Kim Baker here in attendance.
Waters throwing 38 miles an hour, picks that one up.
Bob Lee, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I was saying I miss Friday Night Pro League terribly. I do watch you guys back there on my hill on the mountain. Thinking about writing a column out there, the fool on the hill. Baker in on the two pin.
I'm probably the fool. 1, 3, 7, 8, 10. Here's Justin Waters, smooth clock-style rhythm swing. The golf professional, Marlboro Country Club. He gives lessons also. 2, 4, 5. Baker slices the 1 and 3.
I'm considering disabling the pin cam. It might be too much seismic activity. We'll decide.
Waters spare. Waters World. 20 the ball through 2. Baker spins 1 for an 8.
Let's see if the replay
17
machine
through
is
2.
working on this one. You can see that triangle. Waters gets on the left side of this one and takes out the 2-4-5.
And folks, Greg has departed to heaven because he's doing the instant replay. So we'll not be hearing from Greg Gouillart anymore except for instant replay.
Tee.
Greg's like a kid in a candy store. Love that laugh. I have 7 different laughs, by the way.
And you can hear them all for yourself if you subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network.
John Winchell drops the 1, not a head pin hit. It's a split. The 8, 9, 10 is Danny Harris. Tomorrow's money match, Justin Scally, Bob Lee, 11 a.m. early start. Do availability on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube.
11. Pull up your tray tables.
Winchell with the wood.
That would be the start time for the old
Channel 5 show.
Channel 5 show. Absolutely,
Harris tonight
11
also.
o'clock.
Yep. And Sean Morrison out of Maine. 3-time world champion with Kai Hunt, one of the best young bowlers, rising star in Maine. He's a beast. Winchell a 10. Harris a 10. Winchell a deadly pinner, as is Harris. Danny bowled Tom Ulster in the Atlanta final one time. We'll get the update from Greg Gouillart every 2 completed boxes. John Winchell on the crossover, still going 6, 3, 7, 9, 10.
So, Paul, the format here, we're going to have three strings.
Yeah, we already mentioned it a couple times. Yep.
And there's a 26-game difference between the two coming in. Hingham hanging out in 4th place, wants to stay in the 1st division.
Now we'll put the standings up in just a little bit. Harris just missed 2 in the 5.
They're, of course, suffering without Craig Holbrook, who is going to be out for the season. We've been confirming on that.
And John, of course, a 10, 20 through 2. Harris, ditto. Both 20 through 2.
For Central 3, of course, they have 6 regular starters, and tonight Nick Norcross is going to be the one sitting. He had the low score last week. That's the way they do things.
Every 2 blocks, let's get an update from the soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
Hi, I'm Greg Gouillart. You can call me Greg G. Anyway, 1 pin advantage we show here for Hingham with McDonough on a spare as well. So it's really, average spare fill is about 6.5. It's more like a 7-pin lead at the current moment. Remember to keep an eye on the very few yellow smudges between total and game so that you're aware of all the open marks.
Did Waters have a spare? I thought he had a spare. Maybe it was a 10.
I'll confirm the scores. They are unofficial unless otherwise announced. And I'll probably check them after every 4 as well.
Just as a spare.
Okay.
Yep, Waters had a spare.
I had it marked correctly on the score sheet.
Yep.
Yeah, Waters has a spare, so 20 to ball, their only mark, which is unusual. 10 boxes, 1 mark.
So
Very
now,
unusual for them.
So that changes things, excuse me. 1 pin is the true advantage for Hingham.
Back to the top here, Josh Daley going second lot, bowling first tonight. 1, 2, 4, wobbling 9 and back, Wood in front of the 9, the sleeper pin.
I'm seeing y'all in chat. Keep the pin cam for now? Okay, sounds good. We got an eye on you guys. Appreciate you all tuning in as ever.
There is no trimmer here in East Boston. Daley, he got it! Slides down the 2 for a spare. His second mark on the string.
Very controlled ball from Daley. That one was 41 miles an hour. He's been clocked as high as 46 in the last year.
The Bob Lee radar gun courtesy of Bushnell is back in service.
All right.
And Chris, a Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third for a 10. 29 through 3. Daley, 26 in the ball through 3.
Chris Jones was clocked at 34 on that last pitch.
You can see the spare here from Daley. It actually just gets the 1-9 first, but then the 4-2 come forwards to get that one.
Bob, did you pitch in softball?
Yes, I was a pitcher.
I thought so. It's in my notes.
High arc, not speed. I taught girls how to throw 30 and 40 miles an hour, but never at the highest speeds.
Daley on the bonus 9.
Good way to start the first spare fill of the match.
35 through 3 in the first of 3. The flamethrower, Chris Jones, check mark right.
Now, did you check in with Mikey Digiani on that? You know, he was the flamethrower a couple of years ago.
Daley skip Liza for a spare. The way he drew it up, he gets a giggle out of that one. Back to back the funny way.
That's going to be fun to watch back.
45 in the ball. Greg can't get enough of these instant replays. Show it to us, Greg.
No. Third ball coming up for Jones.
All right, I'll let you. I can
it's
wait.
like waving a paper in front of the score, in front of the bowler. You don't do it.
I can wait 30 seconds. And Chris Jones at 10.
And now let's take a look here. Follow the bouncing ball, folks. When you hit it off that foul line, it's basically a rubber material. And you notice Daley released it just a bit early here. But like his world's teammate Corey Packard, sometimes it just doesn't make a big difference.
I'm sure his teammates giving a little ribbing right now, and good fun, of course.
Only a little.
Nothing like the great game of Candlepin Bowling. Please get the word out. It's unbelievable. Tell your friends and family. Get a Candlepin gift card at your local bowling center. A great way to get them involved. Never too late for anybody at any age. Candlepin Bowling for everyone. Charles Collins, 9 drop. King is the 5. 2 10s to start. McDonough on the spare, just 3. 23 through 2 for Hingham.
So that's basically a...
Collins, spare. 30 in the ball through 3.
So apart from the fact that that was a spare against Nite, in this case, Daley getting 3 more than average on his spare fill and McDonough getting 3 less than average, that's basically a spare swing also towards Central 3. So their advantage is starting to stack up.
3 marks to none for Central 3, the defending champions, number 1 seed. Now leads the 4th seed, Hingham. 9 box there for McDonough, 32 through 3.
We promised standings. I'm having a little bit of an issue with the graphic piece of it, but I'll just say, you know, Central 3 is in first place regarding these match points, 2 for string, 2 for total. More in a second.
Collins 8, extra 7 points behind in second.
Huge fill.
38 through 3 in the first of 3. East Boston, Mass. Chris holds his ground, a little slip and sliding. No ice in the lanes, but it looked like it. 2, 5, 9, 10. Wood to help. Collins missed that chance. Everyone loves Charlie Collins. McDonough behind, 3 in the 10.
36 miles an hour for McDonough on that pitch.
Collins missed the second, made the third.
Whoop. Collins has been throwing
38
and 39 on his deliveries in this set.
48 through 4. Chris at 10, 42 through 4. Let's talk to Bob Lee. How you doing, Bob?
Doing all right.
How's your wife feeling?
She's having the best care in the world at Dana-Farber Institute, and about half, according to the numbers, about half of the cancer is dead now. Unfortunately, it was quite a lot when they discovered it.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us. We're really hoping for all the best.
Yeah, she was keeping it a little private. You know, she's an attorney, but she came out publicly with it in the last couple of weeks. So it's people wondering where I've been. I'm out in the West Coast, and we're
West
coming
Coast
in
of
for
the West Coast of Massachusetts.
West Coast of Massachusetts, up on the hills, and we're coming in for treatment every other week. Spent a couple days at Dana-Farber. John Zappi, open.
And just for the record, for those in Canada, open means you're filling a mark. In the States, means you're not on a mark.
Right. It almost makes no sense the way we do it in the States, but that's the convention.
9 for each bowl that time. 28 for Nick, 27 for John Zappi.
But we're American. We're the greatest.
It was probably a misunderstanding early on in the days, and it just stuck.
Kind of like the T tax on Britain in the States, huh?
It is also somewhat more of a 10-pin term for not getting a mark, which makes more sense since 10-pin you basically don't get the third ball the way their scoring works.
John Zappi for a strike. Almost. He did get it.
He did.
6 decides to fall.
Thank you, finally.
Gave into the pressure. Peer pressure strike.
Those interested in the speed, John Zappi, 31 miles an hour out of the hand on that strike. Nick Leach has been throwing 39.
Leach gets a 9, 37 before John Zappi. 37. Is it 37?
Yep, 37 and a 2 through 3. Yeah, that's on the replay screen. That's why it's a
okay.
little.
It's like,
Yeah.
I thought we were in the fourth box. Okay. Sometimes I go to the Bahamas in my mind during these matches.
Now you see it. Now you don't. Here's Justin Waters and Shawn Baker.
I want to replay that. Waters on the bonus. Finds the pocket. It's going to be 8. 2 in the 7. Mini split. 28 through 2 in the first of 3 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Shawn Baker, 2 perfect. A 1-5 sent to us in the wood. Comes down in the middle.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's a lot more.
Right down Saratoga
now.
Street.
Looks like the Red Sea. Waters missed right. Doesn't miss too much, does he?
I think he wants to go left. He does, and he makes everything but the 3-pin. That was a sweet bid.
Bob, that would have gone for you at Rollaway Lanes in Wareham, Mass the other day, which new high 5 is 642.
The pins were rattling. They were rattling nicely.
On Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube, a good match against James Humes. John at 10, Waters 9. Justin 37 through 3. Shawn Baker 29 through 3.
Plenty of great footage of the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour here on Candlepin Bowling Network and on the Facebook Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Facebook page.
Special shout out to Nico Puha from St. Louis, Missouri, a 10-pin bowler helping us out on Candlepin Bowling Network, putting up streams, video clips. Thank you, Nico. Greatly appreciated.
He loves all bowling. There's no need to be territorial, folks. We're all friends here.
Justin Waters with a beautiful strike ball. Gives him the 5 and dime.
See if we can use that wood somehow. Baker rolling left. Not happy with that shot. A 6-pack. Check his ID. He loves Bud Light. He's got a 6-pack coming in.
So-called 5 and 10. We haven't had a Woolworth in a hot second, but we remember those stores.
Me especially.
I grew up with one. I'm 32 years old, but I grew up with one in my town, so it's not that old.
Do I have to say my age?
You are not under subpoena.
I plead the 5th anyway.
Precisely, my friend.
All right, the wood is in a blocking position. Let's see. Yep.
Tough break.
When they're jammed in there facing away, they do not cover the 10-pin or the 7-pin if it's on the other side.
Well, it'll be a nice 9-box nonetheless, though.
46 through 4. Baker a 9, 38 through 4.
We can see that wild physics equation one more time here, how the pin is just jammed against the sidewall like that, but you see the pin just wildly caroms off because it's wedged against that sidewall cushion you see back there as well.
I suppose the only way to get that, maybe if the ball ricocheted off the wall on the right somehow and took out the 10, but you just don't see it very often. 20-pin lead, Central 3, and Jenny Harris has got the spread eagle.
And John Winchell at 5 and 7. Harris spread eagle close. Got the 3 pins on the left side into the 6.
Charles Collins on TikTok, _Charles _1.
Charles 1 _.
I always say it wrong.
He got the ricochet off the ribbon.
I'm a dash type of guy. Dash dot. Not Morse code like that. Nothing like that. Harris, Nate.
Danny was throwing 37 miles an hour. John 35 on those last deliveries.
Winchell 30 in the ball, 2 10s in the spare. Perfect start for the veteran bowler. Hall of Fame eligible. Harris with 8. Wood slams on the 5. Try
There
to
it
get to the
goes.
10.
Big break.
Just about.
Missed the strike, but still a big break.
Winchell on the bonus, going left for 6.5. Can we round up, Bob, in bowling? Can we make a rule if it's 6.5, you can round up to 7, like fractions?
Maybe next Candlepins for Cancer, buddy.
Harris right on, spare.
Bowlers do not like to round their numbers. They like to truncate them when dealing with handicaps.
I'm just messing around.
No way,
fun.
Paul.
That'd be
That's a. Was that trying to be Alfie? That's lousy. Gregory. That's all me. Advantage mounting for Central 3, up 5 marks to 3 in this match by my count. I'm going to do a score check. I did have chat saying I may have missed a mark somewhere. We'll see, but that's how we have it unofficially.
We have Wattis mark we missed earlier. We got that fixed. Let's bring in Bob Lee real quick.
Hey, Paul. They're switching sides. They're on lanes 15 and 16. The preferred lanes for Friday Night Pro. And of course, they have different.
Okay, we're going to mix up here, Bob.
Sets.
Let's do a 16.7 station identification from Bob Lee.
Welcome to the Candlepin Bowling Network. This is Friday Night Pro League, Week 20. We have Josh Daley and Chris Jones coming up next. Our league-leading Central Park 3 team facing number 4, Hingham.
I think you have 11 seconds left in that station ID break. There's a strike ball for
Ready
9.
one.
The timings are so draconian and arbitrary.
I know, just do it, Nick, to have fun. Greg, I'm sorry, I stole your thunder.
Wah.
Oh, wow! Bombs away, baby! Strike for Daley!
Another skipper. He's warming up. He was throwing 41 last time up.
And on a spare.
He's at 43 on that delivery.
Spare! The flamethrower.
Yeah, that's a spare. And you see a lot on replay there as well.
49.5 for Jones plus the ball. Daley 55 through 4, 65 plus 2 big ones.
Maybe one day I'll get it so it replays the action, but still the technical specifics
for
for
Jones 55 through 5, 1, 3, 6, 9 behind the 3.
Jones has only left 1 pin on the plate so far.
Well, the Daley double. It's a diamond left. Diamond's a girl's best friend, but not so much for pro bowlers. Only 27% success rate.
Too skinny on the head pin. It's harsh to say because it's a game of inches, this.
Oh, look at that. Wobbling 9 won't fall. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. Daley can't get this to go. It does go.
Yep.
Spare. Couldn't see us blocked by obstructed view.
Best piece of advice I ever got from Craig Holbrook
And a strike sandwich for Josh Daley.
was to take those diamonds whenever you face a diamond or a triangle. Hit it so that the lead pin bounces into the wall. Gives you twice the chance to take out the.
And you see it there,
so
right
what-
side of the 2 pin takes the 4.
What kind of condiments, Greg, would you put on a strike sandwich?
Not lettuce. Lettuce ruins a sandwich. It's my dogmatic minority opinion. It just is so incongruous with the texture of the rest of the sandwich.
There's McDonough with the baby split.
Yeah.
The 3 wobbles, the 10 wobbles.
McDonough, an iron worker.
Ooh, Collins 3, 6, 4. Hey, Bob, here's a rule I want to put in the horseshoes in 2 points. Let's give him a 9 drop.
By the way, that's the second slip we've seen on lane 15. I think it was a Hingham bowler previously that did that. We'll keep an eye on that.
Chris overthrew that one.
Was trying to get on the right side of the 3 pin, so it's not that big of a miss.
Collins, good bid, won't go. 4 left, 6 right. McDonough at 10, 52 half. Collins trying to get 1, and does for 9, 57 through 5 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Bob Lee with the update on the money match tomorrow. A big one tomorrow, Bob. Extra lanes.
That's right. We're going to see Kai Hunt and Shawn Morrison coming down from Canada up against our defending champs. So you see here tonight, Justin Waters, Danny Harris, $2,500 on the line as Chris McDonough draws 5 down, draws 9 down to the 5. Justin Scally, of course, will be on the call for that one from Exeter Lanes. Come on down if you can. It's be a good pub atmosphere, good gaming atmosphere.
Chris off target there, missed opportunity. Yep. Collins for a spare. Oh, almost got it. Just trounced past the 5.
Collins throwing 42 on that. McDonough, a former professional pitcher, the southpaw, threw 37. just there.
Miles at 10. 9 for McDonough.
And then that makes more sense.
Do we do instant replays on WoW 10s? Like real good cut shots for 10s?
Oh, yeah.
You instant replay for lemon drops too, okay?
Yeah.
So, Paul, here's a question I have for you. Which would you rather, be hit in the face with a baseball going 100 miles an hour or a candlepin ball going 35?
I don't know. Somebody hit me with a baseball bat in 5th grade. That explains it.
Well, they both generate the same amount of energy, but it's just a matter of your preference in that case.
Is cyanide better? 1, 3, 7, 10. Oh, correction, 1, 2, 7, 10. 3 is the mirror side, Paul. 1, 2, 7, 10.
A few pins missed here or there, but the score should be correct now. There were no missed spares, by the way. Everything you see should be correct.
Zappi just missed it. Leach does not spare.
Beauty there. Central's lead continues to grow.
9 fill for Zappi on that strike, and Leach tacking one on.
46 for Zappi through 4. 10, 56 half. Leach 47 in a ball. Greg Gouillart, Bob Lee with the second string coverage all one we're on for the other scores and the other 2 matches here.
Former Easter Classic champion John Zappi on lane 16 with the delivery. Full on the head pin, leaves a 3 and 2.
I like the wood though, behind the 2 and the 4, as Leach goes for 2 on the spare.
There it is, down Storrow Drive, Greg.
That's a Paul and Grantville.
Got to explain that one, Bob.
Route 28, Storrow Drive. Another name for the half Worcester on the left side.
Ergo, the 2-8 pins getting taken out.
Zappi, just missed the off, not by much.
He hit it low, and it did scorpion tail a little bit, but not enough to take out.
Nick, usual lead, 1, 5, 7, 9. John Zappi at 10, 66 through 6. Leach makes the most of it, gets 3 of the 4 for a nice 9, 58 through 6.
Went back to my old stomping grounds in Millis and threw a couple boxes with Kyle Hetty, who's having a great season as an ACSTA bowler. And I drove back in. I was on Route 28. It was Storrow Drive, and I said, "Oh yeah, 28. That's what That's what we've been looking for. Is a name for it other than the half Worcester." Ooh!
Take a 2 full.
Spread eagle. Clipped wing on the left side.
Hey, Barry, I see 65 people on Facebook. How about 178 on YouTube? Fantastic crowd here on Candlepin Bowling Network. Great to see each and every one of you.
Plus rewind and high definition on YouTube. Baker, 2 full.
I tell you, I've
100%.
I've had company over on a Friday night and flipped on Candlepin Bowling Network, and they said, "Oh, this is that network you talk about all the time." And they say, "Hey, this is really good."
Oh, Waters denied somehow on that one. The ricochet wouldn't go.
Might have to take a look at that one.
The bowlers are tremendous, and the action is nonstop. And the announcers are even pretty good.
Chance for a 3-pin pickup here. Only 2 for Waters. Getting 9 versus 7, and we'll take another look at this one. You see here he's trying to play the 5-7, and let's see where he gets on this one. He gets almost on the wood and the pin at the same time, but the red line's not really looking at the 8-pin, and alas, the spare fails.
Shawn Baker, unusual 43 up, overdue for one here, but he only gets 4. Ferocious bowler year in, year out. Waters on the nose, splitting 2 and 2, 2-4, 6-10 on lane 15. Back to 16. Baker looking for Mark. Nice try. He got it. How about that one? Tough one for a spare.
He wiped his arm across his brow. He was wondering when that would come.
Baker's been strong for so long. That's how you power through.
A rare smile on his face. Usually very stoic, all business in the lanes. Waters 6 and 10. Justin, 2-time world champion. A lot of world champions here on Central 3. The Academy Lanes team. That first string was nuts, wasn't it, Greg and Bob? As Waters gets an 8. It was strike city for both Fenway Academy and Academy.
And then Jeremy Seaholm. How about that?
172 first string, set the tone. Waters 63 through 6. And it's Denny Harris on a spare, 38 in the ball on the left. John Winchell on the right, 45 through 4 at Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. Friday Night Pro League game of the week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Still 15 regular season matches left before the playoffs. Harris gets 7 on the fill, 45 through 4. The lead increases back up to 31.
Including last week, Danny Harris has 8 400s in this so far 19-week season, this being her 20th one. Lopsidedly, most in the league.
He had 6 the first 13 weeks alone. And he had 1 last year. He missed right that time. As long as you win. The 400s can be over. As long as your team wins, that's the goal. John only won somehow for an 8.
Hit it off the cap.
9. And Harris at 10. So John 54 half. Danny Harris
55. Danny Harris still had pin perfect.
1 spare for each side. Greg.
No, go ahead.
Greg, did you ever eat that Sky Bar from last week?
Maybe.
You never ate the whoopie pie we got in Maine.
Maybe. That was a personal failing I'll never live down.
Dunkin' Donuts had these whoopie pies. I don't have those too often nowadays, but boy, they were good.
Okay, John Winchell picks out 4 from the 3-hole. Harris is full and leaves a eagle wing right and the 7-pin left. 3-1 split.
John 1, 6, 10. The anchor bowl is
Here
Harris,
comes.
almost. Another update from Greg Gouillart after this next box. John going for 2, gets a 9.
Prudent shot here. 9 boxes are often just as fine.
63 through 6, Harris at 10, 65 through 6. Top of the order here in the first of 3 with Greg Gouillart.
Unofficially, we show it as a 33-pin advantage for Central 3. Currently up 8 marks to 5 right now. But yet the true advantage here is the pinning has been basically even here. But when Josh Daley, spare 9, spare 10, because of that strike, and then a spare on top of that, that's the reason Central 3 is being led a lot by their captain.
That's right. With the marks, three marks would usually translate into about a 20-pin difference. But
not when you're getting them 20
not
at a
when
time.
you're filling them with, filling them with 10s.
That's exactly the idea.
Yeah.
Josh Daley, captain of Central 3. John Zappi, captain of Hingham and president of the Friday Night Pro League.
Josh Daley on a spare. Spare, strike, spare.
Nice to be in the number 1 spot when you're one of the leading bowlers.
Another good ball. Somehow 6.9
Nice
the
break.
Richter scale. 92 through 6. Meanwhile, Chris has a wobbling 10, 3 middle right, 7 left, 3, 7, 10. 7th box, first string. Daley for 4 in a row. Oreo cookie time, got the cream in the middle, forgot the wafers on the outside. The sweet stuff. And what a try that was. Just missed a 7, spun the wrong way. Great effort by Chris.
Just a bit of an overcut. Great bid.
Josh Herrera 7, 99 through 7 in the first of 3. His team has the lead right now.
First time in an eternity Daley's thrown a third ball, so there you go. He once won an ICBA tournament without needing to throw a third ball. He was that dominant along with Madison Riva a couple years ago.
It's on Kenneth Moy Network on YouTube. Jones at 10, 73 through 7. ICBA championships every year in October, usually the first and second Saturday. Big 20 in Scarborough, Maine. Daley 5-2 split, not happy with that one. Jones right in the pocket, can't get the 6 to fall on the right. 2, 4, 7 with the 8, hiding behind the 2.
It's incredible view from this angle just how straight Jones's ball travels down the lane. Daley throws a straight
Oh,
ball
look
too.
at that, it's a wild spare.
Straight on the diagonal, just demolishing the 1-3.
109 the ball through 8. 2-8, 6 right for Jones.
Josh Daley 109 plus through 8. Men are looking for the 120s, maybe 110s or 120s average. That's pretty good.
Jones at the minimum, 7 box, 80 through 8. Tomorrow and Sunday, the last 4 rounds, Candlepins for Cancer, open scratch, man or woman. Register Candlepins number 4, cancer.com, Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. 1 p.m., 4 p.m., Saturday, January 25th, Sunday, January 26th. The top 5 advance to Riverwalk Lanes Saturday with Greg Gouillart and myself, not bowling. February 8th, 10 a.m. on Candlepin Bowling Network, the qualifiers and the top 5 live show. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com, a 501c3 charity. Make a donation if you can also. $73,000 now paid out with a $500 check going out to Canadian Bowler today. Candlepin's number 4. Cants.com by Venmo or a check on the website to send a check. And hopefully soon to be PayPal.
We're working on it. Collins is working on a strong head pin streak here as well, the last 6.
This one's set up for it. There he goes.
71 a ball through 7 for McDonough. Collins, the goal post, gets 1 for 9, 76 through 7. In that ladder, Justin Lanes, as this broadcast, number 1, 589. Justin Kochi here with his father, Rich Kochi. Brother man Kochi, second at 574. Brian Fuller Jr., third at 573. The Moose is loose. Joe Moose de Almeida, 570 is fourth. And fifth at 565, slipping in Wednesday night. 565, Corrado Pani. That's Rob Brown's 564.
Greg, what's Charlie's head pin streak at now?
That is now 7 straight.
Wow.
2 through 8. Boxes 2 through 8.
3, 5, 6, 7. Off the wall. Can't quite get there.
When it rocks end to end like that, the pin action is pretty much done for. Bad luck.
Yeah. You see how it skidded to a stop there? You didn't see that at Rollaway this week. You don't see that at Millis. When the pin slides vertically, it comes to a dead stop here.
Yep. That'll be a foul ball there because it went out of the gutter. We all saw that. 9 box.
McDonough thought he had that last one, just missed by a smidge. I owe Greg royalty fee for that one.
All right.
A 9.
Interesting take there. The 5 pin went instead of the 10.
What a funny game. 87 through 8. 31 pin lead for Central Fifth and 31, 25, 38, right around there, right, Greg? Pretty much.
Essentially, yes. And even though the 3-mark advantage, like saying, with Josh Daley's huge 20 boxes, that's the reason for the lead. 1
spare for each side as of now. Here's Nick Leach. 1, 3, 4, 7 left. Here's John Zappi on the crossover. He's got a wobbling diamond, minus
nice.
2. 2 and the 5. There goes the 5. What about the 2?
All right. Wood bracing it from behind.
Leach, just missed the 7. Zappi missed it from behind. Not the plan, obviously. Nick trying to pool stick it.
That was another blocker.
Goes to the skee ball, going for the 50 to 100, and got nothing. Zappi at 10. 76 for Zappi, Leach 67 through 7.
So Central 3 has the advantage right now. A couple of things to consider, though. John Zappi had his best score last week, so he's on the rise. And even though they are without Whitcomb and Holbrook from the match I mentioned, Central 3 has not scored fewer than 4 points since week 9 when they lost them all to Hingham in their first cycle match at South Shore Country Club.
Central 3's only lost 2 matches all year. Zappi, only 4s. Leach with 5.
Well, the injury bug certainly has hit the Friday Night Pro League and Candlepin Bowling this season. Seemed like since the pandemic, we'd had very few serious injuries. But this year we have Holbrook, Boudreau, Whitcomb.
Eric Pelletier.
Yep.
Up in the air. Oh, look at that shot for a spare for Zappi. 86 in the ball through 8 in the first of 3. Leach at 10. Nick at 77 through 8.
Justin Scally as well.
Yep. Justin, you could say, is a healthier one right now. He's just taking a few weeks off.
He said he's gonna try his first string since after the money match tomorrow. He's gonna give it a test for at least 1 string tomorrow.
The captain of Academy 1 over to our right, playing Central 2 tonight.
Number 4 bowlers now. Justin Waters on lane 16 with the delivery right on the money. Shakes, but will not break the 10.
Sean Baker, his first spare of the match, 53 to ball through 6 on lane 15. Just missed right, comes back for the 4, 1, 2, 7, 10, 59 through 6.
Waters has also not missed a head pin since box 1.
Double wood for a spare, no problem. 73 in the ball through 7.
Sometimes double wood can be scary, but that was well aligned with the
Baker
pin.
just missed outside the 1, 1 of the 10. Now Central 3 has 2 marks to 1 in their favor. Shawn, nice 10, 69 through 7 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Hit that subscribe button, it's free. After you subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified when we go live. Never, ever, ever miss a ball. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube in high definition and instant replay. Kind of, sort of, right, Bob? 10 seconds?
But we got it right here.
I know. Tonight we have it here for you live. Greg is happy as a pig.
I think you'll find most people are too. Hi out there.
Well, it's your viewing that helped pay for the software.
You know, not wrong. I mean, it's a humble little project we have here with a few subsidies along the way, and it's
Oh,
turned
look
it
at
into
that
this.
shot. Waters World's Fair.
It gives us the pleasure of seeing shots like that.
Baker's turn.
Oh, no.
Wow. Can't
You
believe it
see,
didn't go.
you see how that piece of wood just hung in the gutter there? It hit the left wall hard, and it had enough energy to come back, but it just caught in the channel.
Got in the quicksand.
Yep.
88 in the ball, through 8 for Waters. Baker at 10. 79 through 8. Anchor ball is coming up now. 2 spares to 1 for Central 1. A 29-pin lead here as we dwindle down here in the first. Danny Harris 65, John Winchell 63, not on marks.
Oh, yeah, Nico, we'll have C4C instant replay. Don't you worry.
Live show February 8th at Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. This weekend again, 1 in 4. Register Candlepins, number 4, Kansas.com. Walk in 2 if you'd like.
Wow.
Winchell slams 9, 4-pin left up. Harris for a spare. Wow, that looked better than that, didn't it?
No,
7 in the 8, no wood, no luck.
I bowled here for a season and plenty of tournaments, and I got to say, it's the depth of the channel back on the pin deck is just a little bit more. So I haven't measured it, but I would say 2 or 3 inches deeper the channels are back there.
Harris 9, Winchell missed the chance for the spare. And the same spot for a 9.
I'm going to take a look again at why this shot didn't go for Harris here, because it looked as though he got exactly where he wanted on the 2-5. Of course, his ball slightly approaches them the 2-5, so the ball's kind of going away from the 8-pin, and it doesn't really work out.
I want to see Bob Lee in the calendar against the top 5 show. We're doing a 9-pin next season, Abington, during the summer, the season kickoff. 5 strings, a 9-pin, and a 5-pin, 9-pin to 5-string, top 5.
Paul, Danny Harris just took a trip down Storo Drive there.
Hey, the Route 28 callback. Only his first head pin miss all string. I feel like I've said that about Central a lot.
Wow.
Almost pulled it off.
He rattled the 3-pin, but it stood.
You must be careful. Hingham is 5 silent assassins here. Not a soul has a 400 yet, but it doesn't really matter when they are getting their 4th place points through very modest but very decisive efforts.
Lead staying under 30 for the moment. May go up with that.
Harris collects that 10 box.
Yeah.
You know, my apologies, by the way. I made a mistake in the promo tonight. I kept saying the flamethrower. I got too many names in my head. Chris is the silent assassin, not the flamethrower. So my apologies in the post and tonight saying the flamethrower. He is the silent assassin.
It makes more sense.
So Mike DiGianni,
I'm going to score check. I'll be right back.
you got it back. Back to the top. Let's talk to Bob Lee here
Hey, Paul.
with an update.
Well, we're looking at the lead is around 30 right now. I think they
33.
with Winchell getting that 60, and puts it to 33. We've got basically 10 boxes to go. Central has 2 marks on the board. One of them will be coming right up here with Josh Daley. The other in the 4 slot, Justin Waters. Hingham has 1 mark on the board. So make it about a 33-pin lead plus a ball. That's tough. That's a tough thing to make up in one string. That's basically what each team is throwing.
By the way, frequently asked question, why do they switch balls when they could just use a ball return in the middle? It's not big enough for everyone's balls, so they have to use 1 rack per team.
That's right.
Daley diamond right on the spare 6. 115 through 8, back at it again.
Leads up to 39.
The silent assassin, not to be confused with the flamethrower. Chris Jones. Daley for another one, he got it.
Oh, yeah.
Second time he's carved up a diamond.
On that one, I was able to see the 3-pin stayed straight and connected with the 9-pin in the back.
7 for Jones. That was a 7, right, for Jones?
Yes, excuse me.
87 through 9. Daley 125 in the ball through 9. I can't believe he's got that high of a score. Guy is just
Really?
otherworldly. 3 in the 10.
Good piece. Tough. Baby split with a little bit of wood to help on the 10.
Three of the hottest bowls in the game today are on the same team. Josh Daley, Danny Harris, and Justin Waters.
Defending champs in more ways than one.
Daley on the bonus, 8 more. 4 in the 7. Wood to help. 133 through 9.
There are still items Josh hasn't accomplished yet.
And tough break there.
Wants to win the world singles for one.
Yeah, the year he won it was
Daley a spare.
The U.S. Invitational when Canada couldn't make it down during
2021.
Yep. But he dominated. He won the Triple Crown.
Over Scott LaPierre, if I recall, in that final.
Yeah, 178. That amazing 478 in the semifinals.
Reminder of the scope, folks. Danny Harris is the top average of 129. Any guy would be happy with a 120s average. Josh Daley's string is going to be well over that.
Jones ends with a 96, disappointing first string.
Basic chestnut of Candlepin Bowling. It doesn't strikes get you 300, but nobody considers that possible. Realistically, 245 is the top men's score, and very recently, 210, the top women's score.
Daley wrapping up the first. A thin hit off the head pin, gets 7 out of it, and a nice 150 first string for Josh, the southpaw Daley. The captain, 150, and the lead is ballooned to 58, and looking good for the first 2 points. 1 spare for each side. Greg Gouillart, the second string call, Bob Lee. Chris McDonough, 87. Charlie Collins, 85. Or Charles. He said either way is fine, Paul. Through 8. Not on marks. 3 for McDonough. Bob Wickham not in the lineup tonight.
Oh,
Collins bombs away, baby. Terminator time. Strike.
Just has been all over the head pin.
That was his 8th in a row, right?
Yep, 8th head pin hit in a row.
Oh.
And Collins comes up big time.
Chris just snuck between the pipes there.
That's what the third ball is there for. Needs an out now.
Good one.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
That's a tough. Missed a second. Make the third shot there.
Yeah, it's a wow 10. The one we're going to get a look at, though, is Collins' hammer. Take a look at this one. Remember, he approaches from the left side of the lane, but he gets on the 1-3 pocket, and nonetheless, see you later.
Chris has his hand on that nuclear button there. Every time there's a big shot for a strike for instant replay.
You see me doing it, too. It's just like, whoa, that was amazing. Hit button. Hopefully I'm level-headed enough on the announcement and call, but we love having this front row seat, and a pleasure to have you guys effectively up in the rafters with the impossible elevated cameras.
I didn't know you've one as good at pushing people's buttons, Greg.
Oh, I'm a master at it.
So Chris McDonough has...
I learned from the best.
What are you trying to say?
Chris McDonough will be throwing his first ball in the 10th next on lane 16. He's been he's not wearing a team jersey, but he has become their super sub now. You know, with Wickham and Holbrook out.
Right.
Jones had joined the squad last year. This year we've seen a lot of Chris McDonough.
No more sky bars for you, Greg.
Yep.
Yeah, I deserve that. Teams are allowed to have 5 or 6 men on their roster effectively. Central 3 does have a 6-man rotation, for example, but substitutes are permitted. You can take any gentleman who is not already on such a roster, not already protected by any of the dozen teams in the Friday Night Pro League.
Greg, you'll always get sky bars. And Mike Morin.
Thank you. While supplies last, I suppose, but it feels like it's a treat that more people should know about.
Hopefully they'll get back to 2 for $1 market basket.
Yeah.
The last 4 years have been 2 for $3.
I know I sense a bit of a delay here. I think it was a ball return delay.
Yeah,
I'll remind
that was.
folks Central 3 is in the lead in the standings right now with 122 points. Exeter 7 back, Academy 2, 10 back of them, so 17 back, and then Hingham on 96 in 4th place, followed by Central 1, Metro, Academy 1, and Academy 3. And then below the playoff line, Riverwalk, Lafayette, Ryans, and Central 2.
Riverwalk's only 6 behind, right?
That's right, 6
And
back here.
We're going to see Lafayette, the 10 seed against number 3 seed Academy 2 next Friday night at Academy Lanes, Pub 125, January 31st, 2025, on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Okay, Chris McDonough has the go-ahead here. Two hops after the foul line there. Gets 3 on the right side.
Strike Phil coming up.
Collins bulldozes 8, 2 in the 4.
The ball that could have taken them all.
Yeah. 9 out of 10 head pins.
McDonough missed left. 1, 2, 5, 9. Collins going for a big 20 here in East Boston, Mass. at CPL. He has it. Spare and strike.
Collins had a 400 last week.
115 the ball in the 10th.
Collins came in tonight 13th in average in the Friday Night Pro League.
Getting better and better every year.
118 and a half.
It's a delightful list of names. I mentioned Danny Harris got his 8th 400. Hollins, who we see filling in the 10th, had a 400. Kevin Dietrich as well. Delighted to see him on the list. And then Dave Godwin from last week's broadcast. He's back, baby.
Hey, yeah.
Got a
Talk about
6 and Charles Collins a 3
the one
fill,
guy
118.
the one guy that was injured in the past. Sorry about that,
Bob.
Paul.
118 for Collins. Bob.
Yeah. Yep, Godwin was injured in the playoffs, Bob was saying. That's absolutely right. He mentions he's still technically recovering there, but you can scarcely tell by the way Dave bowls.
We'll get back to Bob Lee in just a moment. John Zappi filling a spare first on lane 16. 86 in the ball through 8. Nick Leach stuck on double sevens through 8. Beautiful ball. Diamond right, 6. 92 through 8 in the first of 3. Leach with 5.
Nick Leach, our 10-string record setter in the mixed doubles, along with Madison Riva, having a bit of a cold streak with the head pin tonight here in Central.
Zap for another one, right in the middle.
Oh, son of a gun. Diamond wins again. Another Don Gillisism.
Leach 5 and a wiggle. 5-pin stance. Zappi trying to get 1 and does not for a field goal for an 8. 100 through 9. Leach at 10, 87 through 9. Bob Lee.
I was going to say John Zappi came in tonight with a 111.8 away average in Friday Night Pro League.
Charles Collins on TikTok. Craig, give him the address.
@_ Charles1 _.
Say it again.
@_ Charles1 _.
That's about 7 times you mentioned it, Charles. People tuning in different times. Strike for Leach.
Oh, no.
One goes one way, one goes the other. Let's go.
Wow. That's about as far as both of them could go.
You were hit. You're, never mind.
Can't lean any further than that without tipping.
2 pinners each.
Zappi just missed by a speck or less.
So Nick Leach came in tonight's action, 111.95.
Fair. 97 of the ball in the 10th. Katrina Campbell, his girlfriend, did some announcing during the World Tournament. It was a lot of fun.
So although Leach had a 2 fill as Zappi picks up this 9 box for 109, Leach has had all 9s and 10s otherwise along with the spare 2. So by good pinning, getting your 9s, getting your 10s, this fill, nonetheless, even for a struggle string, allows Nick to go triple digits.
Leach on the head pin, 6.
And even when the pins are trying to kill you, he still finds his way over 100.
103 with 1 mark, right?
2 marks.
2 marks, okay. Good pinning. Commanding 75 pin lead. It was close all the way, and they pulled away once again the second half of the string. Central 3 has the first 2 points, but first things first.
Yeah, you got to check out that viral 4-8-10 by Dave Godwin. Nico's absolutely right. Sensational
There's
shot.
a strike.
Good rattle in there.
Interesting action there.
Shawn Baker, 89 plus 2 in the 9th. Waters' turn. He gets 9.
I was going to
left up.
say the 4 and the 8 were the last to fall on that one. And there was a piece of wood that shot in off the left side. I don't know what piece that was. It was an unusual strike.
Waters 9 filled, 97 through 8, going for 2 in a row on lane 15. He has it. 107 the ball in the 9th. Back to Bob Lee.
We'll take another look at the hammer while we do so.
So here's Justin Waters. Came in with, like we said, with a 127.8. And Baker, looking down a little further than I usually do.
He's not on the main roster, so he will not appear.
He's a substitute.
You have to look
okay.
on the sub.
Yeah.
The sub. 2-4-6 right for Baker on a strike. Waters 2 perfect. Clip wing eagle.
Scored.
2-4-7 left. 3-6 on the right. Baker too far left.
Yes, Baker is a Maria's sub, as it were, referencing the world team, which has a lot of overlap with the Hingham squad.
I'd go for a Jersey Mike sub right now. Waters just missed left. 7 to fill. 112 through 9. Baker at 9. 106 opening string for Hingham.
Waters was on a spare, so help me, so that should have been a 5 fill.
Okay, my mistake.
Yeah, 6 pin converted on that.
And Waters almost got it. Nice 9.
Still going. It's still shaking. It's gone.
Yeah.
Play a game, 10.
Kids, do not hit the button until you're absolutely certain that the pin action is done.
122, first string for Waters World. Justin Waters. Final 2 boxes, Greg Gouillart, Bob Lee take over the middle string.
Rules are very clear. If you hit the button or the pin setter's in motion, you forfeit the right to any pins that fall afterwards. Sorry.
The World Tournament coming in 2025, November, Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. Candlepin Bowling Network will be there. Harris with 6. 3-2 split for Winchell.
All right. That is not a head pin.
Yep, flops down, so it's the 3-6-10.
Fred Noteff's marked it statistically correctly.
Winchell, good bid, won't go.
Somehow needed to be even further right on that 3-pin. Good offer.
Harris,
Oh,
that
no.
won't go either.
Wait. Where's
will
that
it?
wood going?
Almost.
John at 10, Jon, John Winchell, 88 through 9.
Quality
Harris
10.
in the ocean for 9, 93 through 9.
That wood was such a pest on Harris's side of the lane.
That's why you have a team. Danny underperforming as is Winchell, but that's why you have a team for.
Hingham would love to take a few more off of that. You don't want to be trailing by 50 or more in the match.
At least there's 2 strings to go. That is enough time, but that is a lot, Bob. You're absolutely right.
Winchell 4-7-6 right. Harris drops 9. 10 pin survives. Nico, you do not get paid for mentioning Charles Collins, but if you want to send us a check, be glad to take one. I need some fuel checks. Oh, what a try by Winchell. Taps the 6, won't go. That kind of a string. Harris goes for a spare.
He could bring this lead up to 70 before he's done.
I mentioned 110 is a good string. For Harris, yes, that is underperforming. That's how good he is.
103 in a ball on the 10th. Winchell at 10, 98. 98, opening string.
Yeah, I had that 6 box along the way. That's the only reason he's underwater on this one, but Winchell ordinarily a solid anchor as recently as last week. I think that's just a blip.
Harris wraps the first on the head pin with 7 more.
Yep.
Ends up with a 110 opening string.
Great string by Central 3. High fives all around, deservedly so, as we go into the second string of 3. And let's take a look at how it all shook out. Josh Daley, 150. There's your headline right there. But also, no Hingham bowler over 110 in this string.
A rare 515 for them.
Yeah. It's an odd one, a 103 average. We're not accustomed to that with this team, but let's see what happens. No intermission in this dojo. We go straight into string 2.
Directly, Bobley take over the middle string. Let's get a 10-second and 10.3 second station ID from Greg Gouillart.
Hi, this is Greg G. alongside Paul Grant and Bob Lee, our executive producer on Candlepin Bowling Network, live on Facebook and YouTube. Please like and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. Hey, if you don't mind hitting the like button, by that thumbs up button on whatever platform you may be watching on, that's a great help as well. Either way, we appreciate your support just by watching. Here's Josh Daley bowling leadoff this time, spread eagle plus the 8.
Ouch.
Chris Jones, right down the middle, 3-1 split. Forgive me for being a little quiet here as I try to get the scoreboard in action. Gary Thorne never had to do this when he commentated. He did commentate Candlepin and the PBA, one of the few commentators, to do that. Daley completes a 9 box in this one. Trying to work out of that split. And Jones darn near gets that 410. He'll settle for a 9 as well. Reminder, we're going for 2 points 2 points for every string win, 2 for total. So you see those 2 points that lit up on Central 3's side. That's 2 more points, padding their first place advantage, which is currently 7 points in the standings of the Friday Night Pro League.
Oh.
Daley again rips in there, 4-7.
So after starting off 41 miles an hour, Daley brought his speed up to 43. He warmed up.
We're only making him stronger. Sorry, I've got a lot to say, Bob. Please do get an edgewise.
He threw the fastest ball in the history of Candlepin.
That's Bears.
46 miles an hour in that Legends match on Candlepin Bowling Network at Portsmouth's Bowlerama.
The so-called ladies and no, hang on, no, it was the it was the old versus new showcase. That's right.
That's right.
Out with the old, in with the new. Said I think it was Alfie's term for it, no less. So Or maybe it was Paul's. I'm not sure.
It was the Four Horsemen versus the Young Guns. That's the way it was a great day. The Young Guns took them out.
Versus Mount Everest, perhaps. Storied game, Candlepin Bowling, over a century of history and counting.
Collins right back on the headpin. He was 9 of 10 last time.
Great start to the string. He's got a plank in front of the 4. Chris McDonough on the 2-pin. He's got that 6-pack. I like that Leaf 6-pack. Well, I don't like the Leaf, but I like the name. Collins marks as well.
Collins been 41 and 42 on most of his pitches since the very beginning. He started off at 38 in his first deliveries.
Proof positive why a lot of newbies to Candlepin wonder why do they throw so fast? Why not, try and generate more pin action by throwing it slower or hooking it more? It's just less reliable in Candlepin, especially when the ball weighs less than a pin's.
That's right. Well, so I asked Paul whether he'd rather be hit in the face with a hard ball, a major league fit.
How do I prevent that from happening?
Or a Candlepin ball going 35. Those generate equal kinetic energy. A better question is Charles Collins actually does not hit a headpin. A good question, a better question people should follow for their own bowling is which would you rather throw, a 30-mile-an-hour ball with a 2.7 or a 31-mile-an-hour ball with a 2.6?
2 pound 7. Spare! 1, 2, 4, and 9 for Collins. He goes back to back.
McDonough just going for the inside look on the 1, 2, 4.
A few times he's done this. Last time he did it, he turned it into a perfect 10. This time, got on his pocket and did just about the same thing. 9 box.
All right, Central sitting on two spares and a 10-pin lead early.
Ball weights are Ball weights are typically 2 pound 7 or 2 pound 6, whereas the ball pins weigh 2.5 pounds or 2 pounds 8.
Leach delivers a full one on the right side of the headpin. So anyway, which would you rather have? A 31-mile-an-hour ball with a 2.6 or a 30-mile-an-hour ball with a 2.7? You got a heavier ball, 1 mile an hour difference in the speed. Which,
I mean, if I have to roll 2.6, fine, I'll take the extra power, I guess. Well,
the answer is you generate more energy, more kinetic energy with a 31-mile-an-hour pitch on a 2.6. If you do the equations of mass times velocity squared, 1/2 mass times velocity squared, that tells you how much energy is being transferred to the first pin you hit.
Leach gets an 8 box here on a tough split.
The news you can use there though is if you can pick up a mile an hour by dropping an ounce, it's worth it. You're going to see more kinetic energy, more damage in the background.
Well, I look forward to seeing the optimum trade-off decibel where it doesn't make a difference at all. Spread eagle, Nick Leach.
Tommy Olsa bowled with 2.5 balls, I'm told.
There's a thought.
And he threw a 43-mile-an-hour pitch on the handful that I've been able to measure.
Maybe that's the secret we're all missing this whole time.
Control. Well, there's more control with a lighter ball. I use a 2.6. Det Klein, who has instructed me on this, uses a 2.5 ball as well, and he says you also have to consider the factor that the ball will rattle off more. So you have a better chance of deflecting off the head pin and getting the 2 or the 3.
Leach unfortunately looking for such pin action, but gets stuck with the 5 box despite 2 accurate shots. Zappi gains half a mark because of that. So Captain Zapp with just pinning alone, gaining 4, although Central 3 is ahead by 6 in this extremely early stage with the 2 marks standing. Notice those yellow smudges between total and gain. That's Canadian style. American style is the somewhat shoehorned way I've done it here. It's usually done around the frame score, not the total score, but it's a clear indicator for you folks who is actually open on a mark.
Justin Waters' first delivery here in the second, drives it home, and that's one that you'll see go at Millis, where the pins crush right through. The 5 and 8 remain there.
There we go, 4 horsemen. Yeah, sure, I could turn the mics up just a tad bit.
Spare Waters.
Four Horsemen for Baker. On the 1-2, replies in kind. We'll see if let me check my audio settings here. We're having so much fun here. Sometimes the tech side of things get away a little bit, but is that saying?
Justin Waters with a fill on 16 now on your right.
Oh, maybe it is a little too loud. We'll take it back a bit. Sorry, folks. That should be better.
That's 5. Splashes out the 2-4-7 on the left side and the 6-10 on the right.
Baker 5 as well. Making sure my mic's a little low. Weird.
Let it be loud. They can always turn their machines down.
Fair enough. Oh, this is going to come back for the 8, but it wills behind the 7. Baker denied. Whoa, look out. Still no true seismic activity here. Waters gets a 9-box and a 9-box to match. It is the way it is here. The counter just is what it is, and we'll do the best we can. 6 pins up. And now over to John Winchell and Danny Harris.
We got an update, Greg, in the other match over there. Central 2 hosting Academy 1. Academy 1 in the playoffs as of right now. Academy 1 wins the first 597 to 541. Corey Elise, Mr. Candlepin Corner, 134 first. Shawn McDonough, 121, led Central 2. So it's a 56-pin lead heading to the second string. Central 2, Academy 1.
Corey has shown that he belongs in this league.
Sorry, folks, just doing something.
You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, Candlepin Corner on YouTube also, featuring Leader Lane Skins and New England Knockout Finals, January 31st.
Yeah, there is no cost for subscribing to a YouTube channel. It makes a big difference.
It better not be.
In your revenues. Now, one thing I noticed, I was watching an Irby presentation from 10 years ago in preparation for the match with Shawn Morrison. Irby has 850 subscribers. Now, get him over 100. People just
1,000, yeah.
Yeah, get him over 1,000. If he gets over 1,000, he will generate revenue on all the old classic matches from the early 2000s and 2010s that he covered.
Or his amazing trombone skills, one or the other, frankly. Both are worth your while. $10 for Winchell as he picks up a stick.
Irby's still bowling at a high level.
Haven't seen him a while in the Pro Series recently.
Okay, there's the Storo drive from Harris.
If you mention it, it will come, apparently, Bob.
Yeah.
Winchell. A straight cross lane delivery. Both these two have featured on Stars and Strikes on New Hampshire's old Channel 50 show. Harris close on the half Worcester, but leaves the goalposts.
The 3-1 is looking like the house leave here at Central.
Seems that way, and there it will stay for another ball. An 8-box by Harris. I will need to confirm the string result of the first string. Obviously, the winner was not in doubt, but the total may come back into view. We'll see in a second. Winchell, that's a good third ball, including with the pin bouncing off the plate. And that will go for 9. Ball switch over, and we'll take a look at the scores here. Unofficially, we show a 4-pin advantage for Central 3, and therefore a 92-pin advantage in total. 2 points for each of those. Ties just simply split the points. It's as simple as that. Week 20 of this 35-week regular season. Taking a look here, we had 515 to 603, and that is confirmed. So this string 1 result is confirmed. 35-week regular season where most of the cash awards are based off of. Makes sense. But then there's also the playoffs at the end, which the top 8 teams will qualify for in a knockout match, simply 3 string matches as before, and have one winner. Central 3, the champion at both regular season and playoffs last season.
So Hingham still struggling through a 95 in the first time through the order, the first 10 boxes. Central 3 had a 99, so they lead by 4, but they have the 2 hits outstanding. One of them right there from Daley, so the lead now is 9.
Yep. 5 feels a tough one to be sure, but still, Jones just off target. Daley's got parallel pins, even for him. This is a doozy. Woodcomb's trying to come off the sidewall, but far too deep already. Not much he could do. Jones a 10 box.
Good to find your head pin.
And Josh Daley finds his 9. He's 3 for 3 to start the string. 400, the vaunted triple everyone wants in this game. Vaunted, highly desired. There's your SAT word for the day.
Vaulted.
Yeah.
In some cases,
Daley already halfway
guys like
there.
Daley, yeah.
50 pins up. Paul Grant is trying to offer more candy. Don't worry, the queue of Sky Bars is keeping me perfect company.
I threw a 2 on a double strike earlier this week to throw a 399. Could have easily been my high 3.
136. Jones has a chance here. Daley does too. Triangle number 6. Chris's try. Runs it down.
Just the second mark for Hingham, I believe.
That's right. Jones is second in the match.
All right.
Daley got it as well.
Wow.
It's incredible. Between those 2 diamonds and this one, Daley's leaves just seem to go as one.
Triangles will go for an average Pro Bowler 45% of the time.
Kevin, I would rather get hit in the face with a 40-mile-per-hour Nerf ball. That is the correct answer.
Absolutely, yeah. Light and soft. That would be good.
I'm trying to do a video tutorial. I'll tell you more about it in a second. First, Chris McDonough gets a good leave here. 6 pin.
All right, here comes Hingham.
Maybe so. He has missed one single earlier, but he's got the plank there.
Okay, Collins finds his head pin again.
And a 9 drop. Good time for that.
That was about to be a 4-10. 10.
No good time for a Paul Grant special. No bad time for a 9 drop.
That's it.
McDonough spares his 3rd of the match.
If you must miss that one left, and you're good.
Collins 10 pin. Little easier. He throws left to right, and he's got it. 3 in a row for Charlie Collins. 45 in a ball.
Collins the only bowler tonight in shorts. At least on our lanes. Josh Riopel over there on the right is also in shorts.
Usually there's more. Once upon a time, professional tournaments forbade shorts, but now it's been relaxed, although gym shorts are typically disallowed in pro matches, but khaki shorts, golf shorts, and the like are typically permitted these days. After all, Candlepin throwing more balls. It's slightly more strenuous than 10-pin bowling, depending on who you ask.
All right. Collins picks up another 2 in that exchange there as McDonough spreads the eagle. Has a 4 fill now down the bunny hole. He's gonna have to get out with a 7 or an 8 if he clips the.
We've seen Chris do this a few times.
Oh,
spare Collins, mark perfect through the first 4. We've seen McDonough do this a few times. You have to aggressively try for the spares, especially when your opposition is going after it. Here it burns him a few pins, but quite frankly, I think you still have to be as aggressive as that in order to try and generate some momentum in the opposite direction.
It also depends on conditions. Now here at Central, I find that the 4 horsemen and those eagle wings, you know, the rails that Drew Steele calls, when you have 3 pins in a row, like the 3-6, 3-6-10, hitting those on the inside, you sometimes leave the 10. Hitting it on the inside of the of the rail. So you want to hit it on the outside, like you're saying, which puts the chance that if you miss, you could get 0.
Yep. Meanwhile, Zappi wants to look at the 1-2 pocket here. He's got that left-handed delivery, and he's got the spare.
Oh.
Leach denied. Well, he's on that object pin there.
I think the wood played a role in that miss.
Got to hit that replay button sooner. Sorry, folks. 9.
The way that front pin tripped over the wood and stayed off of the back pin. I think the back pin there was the 9.
Yeah, just changes the angle of attack of the pin at the last moment. And shuts down Leach.
Zappi on the fill. No. 1.
You don't have to tell him twice. That's the issue with letting the ball go early.
Both of these bowlers carrying averages in the high 111s.
Zappi. Better pins on the second ball.
This year, as in past years, the median bowler in the Friday Night Pro League on their away average has a 114 average.
Leach gets shut down again. He's now 4 for 4 on the head pin, so he's got that part figured out. Now he's just trying to figure out what he did to annoy the pins so much today. He scores 10 and picks up a pin.
Now, Greg, were you there for his tremendous performance with Madison?
A record-setting, yes, I was. Mixed doubles at 1-7-10 in Augusta, Maine.
Wow.
Madison's record, a house record for her, a partnership state record, which seems all but official at this point, so we're told, in the state of Maine. Historic, Bob, and we got it on camera.
I went to a house that's all I was at the Millis Once a Month League the day after that. That's all anybody was talking about.
Jenny Rowe 210,
yeah,
that?
It was just like a match of the decade, you know, like that kind of level of performance.
Waters smashes them all. Strike in the third.
And the first one with the comments, it was Justin Waters. He said, "Did you see what what Madison did?" Yeah.
Yep. There you see the correct scores there. Baker having to pin out here and does just about perfectly with a 9. Let's take a... Are you serious? We're not going to get a look at that? All right.
Is it your replay button didn't work?
I'll have to look into that. Okay.
Okay.
A little annoyed, but it is what it is. I'll test it more frequently in just a second here. Waters on a strike. Had a lot of splits earlier. Gets one here. Nice big mouth you got there, Gregory. 4-7-10. Baker has a better chance here with the 4 horsemen and the outpost. The post, call it what we want anyway.
Oh.
On it, but now 7-10.
Chuck that one up. Another 4 horseman variant where you hit the head pin and the corner pin doesn't fall at central. That is just always the story here.
Waters shut down on the spare try as Baker gets a 9 box. Still central 3, a big advantage in this string as well, as it'll be matching 9s in the 4th.
All right, lead 32 plus a ball for central. Anchor bowlers coming up.
One does want to keep an eye on the pinning as well. The pinning advantage in string 1 was 13 in favor of Central 3, so just everything going their way in that regard as well. But if you're getting 10 more spares, that's 10 fewer opportunities for you to lose pins in the first place. Mm-hmm. So that might explain quite a bit of that as well.
So, Greg, when you use the term pinning advantage, you're talking about as
actual physical pins. The pinning is
how many pins left up on the deck at
pins
the
left standing. How well you're doing on the third ball. Many a pro bowler swears by how vital it is to keep your average up and win more matches.
Spare Harris.
He's got his first in this string. He is pinning well. 7 pins left standing in the 10 boxes where he has not marked. Winchell has 10. He's only left 1 standing in his string.
Now Harris, because this is a home match, his away average will not be affected for Harris.
Which are those averages you mentioned?
Yeah, the one which is 129.9. So he doesn't have to worry about that. What did he throw? A 110 there? Or?
Yeah. By the way, the team out of, say, Ryan's, some consider the fastest, so to speak, house, the highest scoring conditions. They're not punished necessarily because 2 select home matches are also factored into that average. It's the first home match in the second and third cycles, basically. We're in the second cycle of the round robin. 3 round robins of 11 matches and 2 position nights where first place second, third place fourth, fifth host sixth, seventh, third, etc.
All right, Harris shoots at the atrocity that he left behind after hitting the head pin.
I'll never forget the time Danny Harris left the back row when he had already lost a Pro Series match and just hit the button after ball 1. Winchell gets an 8 box. Still the chance for pins here, and Harris keeps going and pins one out. So we take a look here at the unofficial scores that we are displaying rather officially on our screen nonetheless. 38 pins for Central 3 right now. Charlie Collins, 4 marks to start the string.
That's right. Basically, it's like Central 3 is winning 115-95 in each game, and they have one extra one hanging.
So
Hingham's going to have to warm up. They're certainly capable of it.
Yep. We're still waiting for a sign of that. It's true. But on the other hand, matches have swung many a time. It was on these very lanes, after all, or maybe the lanes to their right, where we thought, oh, Academy 2 is surely ending Central 3's playoff run here. Joe Smith's going to get his 400. It's all over, baby. And then the script flipped, and Central 3 went on a tear and went on to become Friday night champions. Daley 6-fill.
So in the early going, Hingham is just over 500 per, throwing at a 500 average for 5. Their average on the season is 576.3
per string.
Yeah.
Well, yes, 115 average,
string.
yeah.
Yep.
Spare, that goes the pinwheel. Takes out the 6 for Daley, and he's got 3 marks and a half. Jones, 6-pin, wilts the wrong way. 10-pin remains standing. All right, I took a replay of that. Let's see if that works or if I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board. He gets a 9 box as the ball just ramps up. All right, come on. Hey, we got it there. And you see how it goes high up on the wood, but just the rev rate Daley gets on that pin causes it to carry him into the 6. On a spare fill, Josh gets 9.
Oh, maybe.
The power of power, 68 half. Jones, well, there's the other pin.
That one went down Route 2.
I guess so. Hey, that's about your neck of the woods and where I used to live as well.
Yeah, it's where the old lanes and games were on Route 2.
True,
in Cambridge,
way
right?
further east. Daley covers that spare.
That's a beauty.
Further out west, yeah, Wood coalescing behind the 6-pin, but Jones denied.
Hey, Greg, it's good to be back in the box with you. I missed you at Worlds. You were with Paul almost all, except for the finals, as Jones takes 10.
Is that such a bad thing?
Well, we covered the second string in that final together.
It was a ton of fun. Lead of lanes, of course, in Nashua, New Hampshire, a very spacious center, opposite sides, but hey, we all come together at the lodge eventually. It's the sort of street I was worried about going down the wrong way. I didn't want to run into the wrong neighbors, but it turned out to be that's just me not being familiar. It was actually quite a nice neighborhood, in all honesty. Collins trying to work on his spare streak here. Good luck with that. Triangle 5 out of 10. McDonough 310. And Wood sits. This should be gettable.
Yep. I think it reaches. I think he just hits that one full, and it goes, especially with his left to right delivery. McDonough. Oh no!
McDonough gets a 10-pin.
Overcooked it.
Nico, absolutely. Take a clip of that. Maybe don't call them all what a shot by. We got a lot of those, but that's awesome, all the content you're churning out there. You love to see it. And Frank, honestly, YouTube loves the shorts more. We see that 7,000 views, as you mentioned, on that Godwin 4-8-10 split, which left Steve Kelly gobsmacked on the call. GG no re, I think was his call, which is delightful to us esports gamers and confusing to probably the vast majority of you.
What does that mean, Greg? I'm
GG
not in the,
easy
in the
no
club.
re. It's just when you just trash someone in a game of League of Legends or similar, and it was just, yeah, we're the best, and no, we're not playing you again. No rematch. There you go. There's the Leach speak, but now I'm putting it in the wrong decade altogether.
All right, Collins shooting at the 6-pack plus the 7. Still has the Hines 57 remaining. McDonough for the spare here.
Interesting flat wood.
Very similar to his last ball. He's just needs to catch that 3-pin.
And whatever you do, stay away from the end caps. Clipping that one, thank you very much. Goodness gracious, the 5-7. It's for a 10 box. But Charlie Collins staying dialed after his 400 last week.
All right, the lead is 50. We're at the midpoint.
Yeah, leads 50 here. One more time. Hurry up. There we go. Goodness gracious. What a cut. Nick Leach, the recent 10-string record setter, along with Madison Riva. Wasn't even going to be in the event until just a day or two beforehand. Funny how fate works out. John Zappi.
That worked a little.
Off his best week
It's
last week.
gone.
Strike!
It was a 5-7-10
Captain
for a moment
Zap
there.
wilts them down.
Yep.
Another
Leach
dastardly
just
diamond.
a little bit full on it, and that's all it takes to miss on that. You hit the front pin, the three pin.
I think this is just Nick's law in life at this point. You just have to consider a head pin perfect half as we get another look at this Zappi, well, hammer. 5-pin wilting, and then the 7 takes its sweet time.
That was the 10 pin that tripped over the piece of wood and rolled all the way across to take the 7.
That's still power. We'll get that strike marked in accordingly, and Leach gets a 9 drop. Zappi, we saw him double pretty recently, in fact. Not going to happen this time, but still a second ball coming up.
Got a little break there. What looked like was going to be another half Worcester.
Ooh, I heard some grumbling as Leach let that go. He probably knew the moment it left his hand. Zappi.
Safe shot.
There's the count. The just don't miss shot, right, Bob?
Yep. You got to play for the team, and well, trailing by 50, maybe you go for it all and take the lumps as they come.
Well, Zappi picks up a pin as well, so all told, he picks up 10 pins in that exchange. Still, Central 3 lopsidedly ahead. No, Collins is not on a perfect game. He had an 8-box in the 5th after that tough split. Justin Waters.
24 boxes to bowl here in the second.
Great crowd out there. Please like the video if you're logged into YouTube. Greatly appreciate every one of you just watching. Helps our humble little channel out. We and the bowlers all appreciate it so much. Baker on the head pin, 5-pin.
Okay, they're coming back. It
is an advantage in this frame, unless Waters can pull off a cut shot. He tries to slam it into the sidewall, but the wood just disrupted everything.
Did you see how that wood skidded to a dead stop? And
ridiculous. Baker spares in the 5th.
I mean, he hit that thing with a 40-mile-an-hour pitch. The pin was probably going 20 when it bounced off the wall, and it skidded to a stop in 3 inches.
9-box there for Waters. So 42 pins, and now the true advantage for Central 3 is both Baker and Daley are on an open spare.
Dan Josefiak, the proprietor over at Rollaway, says they've been using, we call it anti-gravity sauce, but it's by the Kegel company, I believe it is. It's a lane conditioner it's a professional lane conditioner. Came up from Jimmy Nestor, found it, I believe, at a duck pin house. Brought it to him, and it makes an enormous difference. The way that the pins skid and slide on the plate.
Now Kegel in this case referring to Kegeln, or the German word for bowling or whatever.
I believe so.
Yeah. Kegler's Den is what it's called in Leda Lanes.
That's right.
Central 3 perplexed as to why that didn't go. I'm not sure I've hit the replay button in time, but we'll see. Waters will collect this 10 all the same, forcing Baker to pin. Can't quite get to the head pin, so it'll be 7. We'll see if I've got this replay up in time. No, I'm afraid not. Sorry, folks. Well, slight operator error, but hopefully not announcer error. As I mentioned, 42-pin advantage for Central 3.
Okay, here are 2 of the finest bowlers in money match history. The anchor bowlers for Central, Danny Harris, will be bowling tomorrow, along with Justin Waters against Shawn Morrison.
Yep.
And Kai Hunt. Here's John Winchell, who with Brian Fuller Jr. won 6 in a row, 7 total.
All those money matches, including another one tomorrow at Exeter Lanes.
That'll be the 14th money match, the richest money match in Candlepin Bowling.
Special thanks always to Rob Ficara. He never has to, but he always throws in $500 additional, as do all the bowlers, to create the $2,500 prize pool. Harris gets a 10. Bit of a danger Will Robinson moment right now. Central 3 is ahead 2-1 ratio-wise on the head pin. They are hitting twice as many head pins in this string.
Wow.
That's Charlie Collins' stream. You can follow Charlie Collins at @Charles1_. And that's exactly what Paul wanted me to say.
Protect your identity.
# they're still letting Charlie stream. You should watch.
I think pretty soon TikTok will be owned by an American company with American control over the data, and we would be happy to join.
90-day
TikTok
reprieve. Danny Harris gets that spare in the 6th. Whenever we discuss politics, they're always relevant about bowling, a matter of fact.
Oh!
Winchell shut down on front 3 wrap around the 9-pin. But TikTok, I believe President Trump has invoked the 90-day extension actively, so the can has been kicked down the road. So there's still anything could happen at this point. But for now, TikTok remains a United States usable platform. A 9-box for Winchell, and we see the scores here. 44 pins up unofficially. I'll confirm after box 8, I suppose.
Right. So Central 3 continues to roll at about a 3:15 pace. They're at 3:46 now, plus 2 hanging. So figure that, that'll be about 350, 360, something like that. Hingham, after 3, is at 302, nothing hanging.
So about headed for the same average they were in the first string.
And that they're 70 under their average so far in tonight's
Sometimes
bowling.
nights are like that, a complete reversal of Week 9 when Hingham took 8-0 off Central 3 in terms of match points. Most bowlers call them points, but I can't resist saying match points because they are the points you win for winning the match.
Here's Chris Jones. Full on it. Takes the left side and...
Wrong way, you silly 6-pin.
Yep. Ouch. That's a brutal outcome for a full head pin blow from Daley.
Yeah, this happens sometimes.
That's a 2 and a 4 split. A check mark plus the 6-10.
But it's essentially what happens when you hit the head pin full. It don't quite go down the middle. You get a slight deflection, but only enough to take the 3-pin.
Oh.
Now another single gets away from Hingham here.
Oh.
Daley needs to pin it now. Usually Hingham's been in this situation. Josh Daley is head pin perfect in this string.
Okay,
but
that's
gets
a tough
stuck with a
6.
6.
3-pin gain for Hingham. 45 is the lead.
Oh, yeah. We're contractually obliged to mention that was a banana split at the end there, the 4, 6, 7, 10.
It's called the double pinochle for many of us.
We do have some of our quirky names. We try to distinguish which ones are actually commonplace. Chris Jones with a 7-pin. That's probably a better single for him than the last one. Very capable bowler. Had a great last week as well, if I recall correctly. He and Winchell and Zappi.
There's a voice.
Like I'm mentioning, when Hingham is on, it's a well-rounded effort.
Yeah. Here it is. No!
That's off the cap, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
I think you had a better chance if he committed to hitting the wood, because the cap was covering the right side of the 7-pin.
Yep. Daley's having pinning troubles again here. Challenged by a 10-box from Jones. Chris Jones, 81 through 8. What would you like to know out of this microfiche?
Well, Daley had a 150 in the first, and I believe
he's 14 over here,
yeah.
So it is a good series, even though suddenly the pins are getting away. That's why we bowl 3 strings. It's the average, most of the time anyway.
Nick Norcross, the 6th man on Central Park.
Yeah, Chat was right about one thing. They were mentioning he doesn't look himself in the Pro Series. Well, it's absolutely true. He actually does have a bit of a hip injury.
He was also on the bench during the Academy Worlds Championships this year.
You mentioned it, Bob, the injury bug. And not only are they there, injuries tend to last a long, long time in this sport, seemingly. It's a shame to see, but we also know it's temporary, and a lot of the teams are performing well despite them.
Well, McDonough ripped the pocket on the 1-3 side, and he left the N and the 7. It's the 4-7.
Well,
8.
Lefty doesn't want the 1-3 pocket, unfortunately, but it is his 4th straight split.
Jeez.
Now the wood flies away everything, and Chris can't buy a break. Collins, 5-7. Thought he had play on that one. He was looking for the left side of the 5. McDonough offline on that 3rd ball, only just.
Another two pins left standing for Hingham.
Yep. Drip, drip, drip. The pinning's actually, the number of pins left standing is within 1 in this string.
It's the marks then, huh?
6 extra spares for Central 3, and there you go. including quite a few out of Collins' hand in the first 4.
Oh, boy, full.
Now with too thin on it, that's the opposite problem of hitting it too full. Collins, 4 horsemen.
Collins with a better leave.
That is a traditional Candlepin leave name.
Mm-hmm. But it's the leave that doesn't go here at Central. My advice to those trying to make it here is play it on the outside, like it's the.
McDonough rips it down.
There it is. This one's really tough to get on the 1-2 pocket. See,
which is the one Collins is aiming at from his left side of the lane, but can't get anything other than the 2-4. Which is half the pins, in fairness. Blank's right there. He'll take the safe way out for a 9.
Yeah, those 4 horsemen do go 36% of the time for a Pro Bowler, according to my stats collected a couple of years ago.
Extensive spreadsheet video footage watch back analysis.
Yep. That is not. I haven't ever had the bandwidth to look at different houses though, and it's obvious that the house differences.
The hardest part about collecting that data is getting a representative sample.
Absolutely. Here's a lemon drop.
The lemon drop. We don't explain it often enough, apparently. A viewer asked. It's the 4-pin or the 6-pin out on the first ball.
Yeah, we could thank Josh Daley, our number 1 bowler for Central, for that nickname.
Some other bowler may be laying claim to that. I'm not 100% sure, but
he used it because Rich Limoni did it, and he said, "Hey, another Limoni drop." So it was a lemon drop. That's what he called it. Who have you heard?
And then Candlepins for Cancer took it and ran. For the life of me, I'm not sure. Apologies to the folks on Candlepin chat. Some bowler mentioned it. Zappi could see the pins here. Nick Leach takes the 10, even though, again, the pins continue to conspire against him. 7 headpin hits. Daley 8 for 8, by the way. But Leach, maybe he's had a few breaks, but he's had 4 splits and 1 thin hit as well.
Here's Zappi, crosses over thin, leaves this dreaded cross.
There we go. Now Leach dodges the head pin and gets a better leave to show for it, the 1-2-4. The universe is evening out.
I think the wood's making contact with both the 2 and the 7, so I think he can play it on that wood. Let's see. Nope. It ricocheted off, didn't connect on the 7, and nothing. No messengers made their way across.
Just a 2-pin ripped out for Leach.
That'll be an 8 for Zappi. And a 9 for Nick Leach. Lead back to 48 now. 400 for Central 3, 352 for Hingham, both teams with a mark.
We are indeed a bit mark light at the moment here, but still 1 mark aside. That's good news for Central 3, keeping status quo here. Of course, remember, we go back to 0 for string 3, which is stating the obvious, but it bears repeating that anything can still happen for those last 2 points. Plus, we're not through here. There is plenty of racetrack left for Hingham.
And what did you say? It was a 2-1 advantage on head pins?
That's still holding true. 29-19 by my by my human counted count.
21. Okay.
Yep. Problem with these sticks getting away as well. It's affecting the entire team in green here. Justin Waters has 4 straight splits on the head pin.
I don't mind the way this is going to. This could squirt. Watch it. Boom! It did. It squirted right over the flipping 9-pin. He made the corner. Good out on that atrocity from Baker.
Atrocity against Baker, please. What did he ever do to the pins? Aside from demolish them several times, year after year, show after show.
Waters tries to collapse that one high, but one of the side effects of having sticky plates is when you hit them near the cap like that, they ricochet solid. They will not collapse. So Waters was trying to get that to collapse in on the 9-pin, and Central Park said, "Not today, sir."
Try again next time.
He threw the ball he wanted, though. It was a perfect pitch.
Waters seems overdue. Got his head pin again. Set back.
Uh-oh. All right.
Not a common leave name, but we have.
This is the classic setback with the 4-7 covered by Wood.
Baker leaves the 6 pin. That's a weird one. Tell you what. We'll have an update from Paul after this box, but first, Waters try at this. The wood is such a mirage. He'll have to try it anyway, but it's just too flat.
Yep.
Third ball's coming up for each, and Paul, may we go to you for the latest.
Just Central 2 and Academy 1. Central 2 lost the first string. And right now, through 6 completed boxes, pretty much tied, virtual tie, through 6 completed boxes in the second string. They won the first string, 597 to 541, Academy 1. Next week, Lafayette at Academy 2, the Friday Night Pro League game of the week on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Paul Grant. John Winchell and Danny Harris, anchor bowlers, finishing up the third time through here in the second string, second of 3. Central 3 is running away with it.
Winchell half Worcester, and not even the one Bob's been memeing about all night.
That's the Cape Cod Highway, Route 39.
Not the 6. That one's always full of traffic.
It's the one in Harwich. Goes to Harwich Village, Route 39. It does intersect with 28. 28 somehow gets down to Cape Cod.
There you go. Half Worcester is either the 2-8 or the 3-9 punch out. Winchell can't get it all to go.
Most of Route 39 is in Orleans.
Not Orleans, Orleans. In the Massachusetts town. Extensive discussion here about this wood in front of the 6-7-8.
There's 3 pieces out there. He's going to aim low on the piece in the middle, I believe. Unless he's talking to Justin Waters about it.
What takes the 6 pin, pray tell?
Well, the 6 pin's going to have to. Yep, right there on the low side. It got it. Goodbye. Perfect execution. Harris turned that piece into a helicopter. After it ricocheted off the 6 pin, it came back.
Let's take a look again.
Hit another piece on the ground. Watch it. Wham. And then reverse direction and took out the 8 pin.
And there you see the spare on the board after a bit of a dry spell. Danny Harris with back-to-back marks, 78 in a ball. Winchell has been on the head pin more than not, but is losing the range suddenly. 7-8, yes, the 7 pin drops. And Harris starting to heat up now.
Little teepee out there in front of the 8 pin for Harris. How about that?
Winchell, goodness, that's good pins anyway. Saves that problem. Harris covers.
No problem.
3 in a row, 97 in a ball through 8.
Had to avoid hitting it in the V there. The V was going to send the ball up and the pins left and right.
May I have your help with a score reconnaissance that we take another score check here. Unofficially, we show it as a 67 pin advantage. McDonough and Harris currently on marks. Oh, they're switching sides here. Good to see you out there on chat. What are we up to in terms of viewers right now? Let's take a look here. Gadzooks, 250, a number unthinkable just a year or so ago. Bowling community all appreciates you very much. Candlepin bowling, the sport of Northeast North America, here in Upper New England and the Canadian Maritimes of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Currently 400 watch is only Josh Daley at the current moment. If he can.
387.
387. Okay, so on the pin off on Hingham's side, I'll verify that. But Daley, of course, highest on individual pinfall. Quelle surprise.
Daley pounds the 2 pin.
Only his first head pin miss of the string. Jones, 6 pin topples as well. 10 pin.
Okay.
And Wood.
That wood should be good from anywhere.
Whoa!
I'm just saying Jones's wood should be good anywhere on the right side there. No. I don't know if he was trying for that, the front piece. Daley takes 10. The lead continues to grow. 67.
That's it, and that was the problem.
Do not hit it on the left side. That will not connect. So the candle pin is 15. The pin is 15 inches long. So 7 inches from the middle point to the right. It's about twice as big of a target. The pins are between 3 and 3-1. Oh, what a great collapsing cluster for Daley. He whiffed again on the head pin.
And then you get the head pin, and that's the thanks Jones gets.
Man, no justice there.
Game of averages.
And that was beautifully struck, but the wood behind moved and clicked into the. I don't know how, but there was a piece of wood next to the 4-pin standing there that, and the wood just denied it. The wood deflected the wood the piece. It was so returned.
Well,
amazing.
Tens a piece there. A quality 10 in the case of Jones with 3 accurate shots. You see the string results here. Jones a 1-mark 100, and Josh Daley a 4-mark 114. A couple of 6 boxes got there, so he is upset with that. It's audible, but on the other hand, it is still a good series working here, and with a 136, he will hit 400.
Yeah, is it 264 for the day?
Collins gets 6 out on this one. I'm still trying to look for the missing pin on Hingham's side. I'm looking for that. Upside down triangle. Oh, ringing around the 9-pin. Will not go for Collins. McDonough trying to sweep the wood. So 7 fill on that. It's 82.
That's an 80.
And I'm a pin too high on Baker's total. He's supposed to be at.
He's at 80.
Yep. One second. I'll keep that right there, Bob, and I'll correct this for you fine folks out there as well. And Baker, where did I go wrong? 341. He had an 8-box back here. And that should make it 80, and that should get me correct at this point. Collins, box 10, 310.
There's that baby split.
He started with 4. Can he end with 1? McDonough. Chris has
Slightly thin blow.
still a 10-pin, unfortunately, but 4, 7, 10, and a boneyard. Collins on his crossover side, to left to right. Has to get on one side or the other of this 3. Just a bit too full. Chris's try. Right side, middle wood, and the 4 comes forwards.
Enough kinetic energy for 1 pin to fall.
And I think he's going to have to figure out that law of action and reaction for homework, unfortunately. The pins just do not play nice with this ball tonight.
The pins weigh more than the ball.
Correct.
They're 2 pounds, 8 ounces, right?
Right.
And the heaviest balls are 2.7. So you can get really weird hops off them sometimes. When you hit them in the middle of a fallen pin, your ball will ricochet as if you're shooting into a pool, another pool ball.
Leach has the 3, 4, 6, and 7. Check mark left side, John Zappi. Can Leach overcome this? It's really only one of the few balls that's actually gotten away from Nick. He's been generally accurate throughout. Had that head pin struggle in string 1. Totally polished that in string 2. Trouble is, now the pins are out to get him. The second and third ball's not there. It is a 6-box in that case. But when you're not getting the spares, it's just going to be a struggle bus express all the way through.
All right, 59, the lead for Central, plus a hit.
At least the bus runs that late. That's a good sign to see. Thank you, Philip Eng. Head pin, 8-10, split.
All right, that wood is pretty good.
6 splits for Leach overall in this string. Zappi, skinny mini on the head pin, and he's got a bundle of 5.
Leach has to keep the ball low, though. He has to keep from skipping over that front piece. Here he goes.
Plays the junction spare. At last, Nick Leach, overdue from the pins, I would say. Zappi goes right down the middle. Ouch. So everything going Central 3's way. Even if it wasn't going Leach's way. Good third ball by the captain. John Zappi, 98, and now 207, as is Chris McDonough. Chris Jones, 196. For Central 3, Josh Daley, 264. Charlie Collins, 242. And Nick Leach will be underwater, but tack on 7 more for a 93 string. and a 196 through 2.
Low bowler on Central 3 will be sitting out.
That's team internal policy, of course.
By their policy, that's right. Nick Norcross was raring to go today. He wanted to play, but he was the low man last week. So he's watching in his tennis shoes, as we said back in the 70s.
What's the biggest deficit after 2 games? Not sure. We'd have to go way back in the archives on this one. Plus, the Friday Night Pro League, frankly, dates back a long, long way. It's just a lot of history of Candlepin has been lost to the sands of time, sadly. There even is a Facebook page called The Lost History of Candlepin Bowling, where a lot of the community are trying to scrounge together a lot of details.
Oh, pretty
goodness! But Waters
took out the diamond.
Cannot go.
And left
the leave we call the setback. The leave that never goes does not go for Shawn Baker. So back into the Valley of Unhappiness to steal a line from Norman Shadd in the World Series of Poker. And hey, wait a second. Watch this.
Oh, yeah.
Baker just lets that one coast. Totally fair delivery behind the lob line and everything. It's fine. He threw a changeup. I can't believe we have actually seen an EFIS pitch here in Central Park Lanes.
I would like to see a skills challenge where you're not allowed to exceed 20 miles an hour. See who could score get the highest string, keeping that ball. And we could do it in Millis or one of the houses that has a speed gun. And if you throw over 20, it's a foul. See how good your coordination is without the full blast.
I always got annoyed in youth soccer when the referee wouldn't let me kick the ball as a goaltender over the halfway line. Ridiculous. And it is called the halfway line. I trained to be a referee.
Well, that's a rule in youth soccer?
Yeah, you can't have a kid being too strong. Heaven forbid. Oh. Justin Waters, spare in the 10th.
Sounds like Harrison Bergeron stuff there.
I missed the reference.
That's a Kurt Vonnegut story about a huge, strong.
That man I understand.
A huge, strong, intelligent man who was living in a society where you were not allowed to.
Oh, the one where you were
average.
Constitutionally handicapped. My goodness, that's a callback. I did read that one. Goodness gracious. I still think, oh my goodness. But I already have random noises going off in my head anyway, so that's fine.
Here's Waters in the bonus.
Justin Waters, where's the squirrel? Just kidding. Spare in the 10th, 1 ball to fill. It is just a 3, 113. Justin Waters, 235 through 2.
All right, subpar performance from him.
We're a bit in the doldrums here.
Waters' average 127.8 on the season. That's his away average.
So just no flashes out of Hingham in this evening, but they are a 4th place team for a reason. Just nothing going their way at the current moment. Danny Harris on a spare fill is 6. He's on a chain of 3 spares for call, but this will be a tough one to get 4. Winchell's got a break dancer on the floor. Pete Crawford, nowhere to be found, is the DJ. Nickel and dime.
Pete Crawford, the number 4 bowler in Friday Night Pro League this year.
And the highest single we've seen in some time. Yeah. Winchell missed. That's a miss by his standards because he wanted the left piece of that wood. He thought that was gettable.
But that was last season that he
right
dominated the league scoring with that.
There we go.
He's a very good bowler.
10 box there. So 77 pins will confirm appears to be the Central 3 advantage here, and they seem well on their way to taking the second of 2 points, if not the third 2 as well for total, one would think, barring the most drastic turnaround conceivable.
Winchell needs a big mark to get his team over 500 too. I think he needs a double.
He needs a double strike. He can't even get that one despite a quality head pin hit. It is a good outcome in this game. Harris off target, but he can still will, in fact, get 120 plus.
Mm-hmm. Sean Morrison and Kai Hunt licking their chops, seeing Danny Harris and Justin Waters a little below their average.
Winchell gets that spare in the 10th. Harris a 10, 122 for a 2-string total of 232. 227 was the exact high single for Crawford. I know that's mine and Mike Morin's and Jeff Surratt's birthday.
227.
Mm-hmm. Quite fond of that. To cap off the second string, Winchell, the fill is 7. And the string is 99 for a 2-string total of 197. So a lot of bowlers ending up underwater in these tough, frigid East Boston conditions.
Yep. Hingham with a 496 there to go with their, it was a 515 in the first, right? So 1,011, way below their 576 season average.
We'll take a look at that Collins 124, and there are the 2-string totals. You see it there. Josh Daley 264, Charlie Collins 242. Not too shabby out of Waters or Harris either with those 230s. Hingham looking for life, but still a third string to get 2 points. Every point matters. Still with this and 15 more weeks left in the season.
I have some good news for you, Greg. Our ace reporter Paul Grant has some updates from the field, and he's going to carry us through the third and final string here. Paul?
Thank you, Bob. Great job as always. The executive producer and founder of Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Free to subscribe. Let's get an update from Greg Gouillart.
So you see it here. We got a lot of the updates in, I would say here, but currently 158 pins unofficially is the advantage here. We'll see if we can do this one. Say, Charlie, when you're done, maybe we can see that. Or actually, maybe we'll just stream snipe here. But 566 to 497 is the official.
Is that what you guys had?
566 to 497. We had 496. Somehow we'll figure that out, but we go by the official score anyway, so all good. Meanwhile, in string number 3, we're underway already as ever. Chris Jones. Triangle doesn't work out, and I'll just make sure I get the score for Hingham correct. Daley misses as well, continuing his woes. So I've shortchanged John Zappi a pin here, so he has a 99 string, and that's how he arrived at 497. All scores confirmed at that point. We can take that away now. 9 box apiece. So opportunities getting away for the 2 leadoff bowlers here. Trying to remember if Daley was leadoff last week. Triangle for Jones.
I've been bowling the 2 spot, and I've covered him all year.
But yeah, he was leadoff last week as well, going by this as well. So he did have Daley, Collins, Norcross, Waters, Harris using that low man rotation we've mentioned already.
This is the final string of the match. Chris Jones, spare. Daley 3-9-10. That won't go. The ball just missed the 10, stomps his foot.
Everyone stomped their foot. You can tell by the shakes in the camera.
So 150 first and 114 second for Josh, was it?
Yes, it is. Picture that. There we go. I got your slider down as well. Sorry about that.
10 for Daley.
That's better.
19 through 2 tie, but Jones and Phil to take the lead.
Wow, we can hear you.
Let's pause 8.6 seconds for station ID from Greg Gouillart.
I'm going to take it over. Nico already gave me 9. Hi, this is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. Please like, follow, and subscribe. It's still not enough time, but thank you very much for watching. Look out. McDonough's taking a fall here. Did he go over the line as a question? Well, bowler's honesty and integrity that decides that. We can't see from this angle.
He's staying with it.
He's had a few. We've seen some slippage here. It was mostly on lane 15 as well. We have had a bowler in the Worlds forget to take off his shoe cover. And since he's a
strike
champion.
For the Terminator.
Since he's a champion, I won't mind mentioning it was Jeremy Seaholm in a semi-final Worlds match.
Excellent shot. Won't go. The 6 survives. The wood behind. McDonough in the second spot. Central 3 dominating all night. It was close early on in the first. Pulled away late, middle late in that string. Up 4 points to none. 6 points pretty much almost a guarantee, you could say. Not you can say never in this wacky game of Candlepin Bowling. A sport for any age. Get the word out. Chris in 9. Left-hander, beautiful shot for 9. 10 pin for a spare. Collins on a strike on lane 15. Upstairs in East Boston at Central Park Lanes. And look at this one. Check mark on the 4-7. Ridiculous.
Still another ball.
And there's a spare.
So again, we start anew in this string number 3. A chance for Hingham to gain 2 still important points, taking the long view.
Chris McDonough 19 the ball through 2. Collins gave it a try. Couldn't reach the 4-7. 18 through 1 on the strike fill.
We'll take a look at that first ball for Collins to figure it out.
Knocks it down for a 10, 28 through 2.
So we can take a look here. 28 through 2 is indeed the score. Ignore what you see there. And you see on that first ball, it's a bit too full, and then the head pin just takes out the 2-pin and it wilts. Too bad on that frame.
Middle bowl is John Zappi on the right, Nick Leach on the left. Number 4 seed Hingham, number 1, Central 3. Zappi with 5. Here's Nick Leach going right for 8, not bad, off the head pin, 1 to 2. 2 circling around.
Pins are atoning for their earlier transgressions against Leach.
Zappi tried to pick it off. Great bid, almost. Just missed the 5.
Got a bit of a steamroller.
Leach just missed number 1, not by much. John Zappi, a 9 to start his final string. And Nick Gaines won with a 10. 57-47, Central 3 up 10, down 2 marks to none. Next Friday night, Lafayette, the 10 seed, takes on number 3, Academy 2. 7:30 live on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network in high definition. Hit subscribe, it's free. Hit the bell icon after subscribe, get notified when we go live. Never, ever, ever miss a ball.
Hingham's had a winning streak of 6 points or more dating back at least 3 or 4 weeks, if I recall correctly. So already that snapped as of this moment.
Zappi just missed inside. No kickback for the 1. Leach 1-4-7. Zappi and 9. 18 through 2. Leach and 9. 19 through 2. The Riverwalk Lanes roll-offs, Candlepin Cancer roll-offs conclude this weekend, this Saturday, January 25th, Sunday, January 26th. 4 shifts remaining, 1 p.m. Saturday and 4 p.m. and 1 p.m. Sunday and 4 p.m. Sunday. Register Candlepins number 4 Cants.com or walk in. Donate to the Bowlers charity at Candlepins number 4 Cants.com, a 501c3 charity. Help a kitty and bowler up today.
Modest but meaningful help to the bowling community.
And you can play about the lemon drop pool. 14 families now helping the lemon drop pool in 2.5 years on $1, $5, and $10 and $20 donations in the lemon drop pool. And one gave $50 in Scarborough, Eric Mason. So thank you to all those who have donated over the last 2.5 years. A fun way to help a great cause with buckets and many bowling centers. Thank you for all your support. Shawn Baker right on, spare. 3 marks now for Hingham. Waters trying to get one himself, almost.
The wood got tangled up there. Maybe he had a chance to come across to the 8.
I don't know why they call it a sleeper pin. They're standing up. How are they sleeping? They must be bird pins. I mean, I can't. I have fallen asleep standing up. Sitting down.
I mean, I guess some people can pull off the sarcophagus. I'm not sure either. You can take a look at here at Baker's spare, the 138. The wood makes it a lot easier, but you still have to be accurate to pick it up.
Greg has that finger on the trigger all night. He can't wait for an instant replay to pop up.
I was a bit slow on it on string 2, I'll be honest, but we're picking up steam again.
Baker in the bonus, 8, 9 to the 10. Wood hopefully helping him out, and that doesn't look too good, but if he can barrel through.
We're our own cast and crew, folks.
18 through 1. Waters, nice ball. He gets 8. 4 in the 7. Chance. Should be a slam dunk or a layup. Baker 2 in a row. Oh, he spun the 9, but couldn't get the 10 to go.
I think you'll find he played that wood a little too high. Harsh to say, it was a good offer.
Waters, spare. Waters World, 20 and a ball through 2 in the final string of the match. Mark Milliken, I got a triple header on Sunday and a double header on Monday.
Should be fair in a 10.
Bruno DeFeo, John and Jeff Little, the laser. Jeff Little and Bruno DeFeo, 11 o'clock on the ACST Facebook page this Monday. And then Mark Milliken, Greg Sawyer, Monday night with Cody 50 and Bob Allard, Class A North and Class E North Monday night.
Too high on the cap is still my diagnosis. Take 2 and call me in the morning.
January 27th, live on the ACST Facebook page. John Winchell, 1, 2, 7, 9, 10. Here's Danny Harris with 9. 9 pin left up. _1 _ Charles, right? Did I say it wrong again?
What did you say this time?
I've got it back. I get it right, and all of a sudden I get it wrong once, and it's in your head.
Hang on, I got the text caption for this. We're going to set it right.
Harris spare. Charles, I'm sorry. I usually got it down. I don't know what's going on with me tonight.
You got the 1 and the Charles backward. Hold on, folks. We will get this PSA out there one way or another.
I usually write it down for that reason. Doing too many things.
Hold on. Call the score out.
10.
There you go.
Charles, forgive me. I always get it right, but tonight I'm off a little bit. I'm off a lot all the time.
Da-da.
Winchell trying to finish strong. And he finds the pocket, but splits 2 and 1. 3-6 right, 4 on the left.
There,
Back
right?
to 15. Harris in the bonus, 6. 16 through 1 in the third.
It's obscured from your view, but it's on screen now. @_Charles 1 _.
Just leave it up for my sake. Oh, what a shot for a spare for Winchell. Harris, he got it off the wall. Spare, back to back. 26 in the ball through 2. Winchell, 10 in the spare.
We'll do the score check in just a second, but first we'll take a look at this Winchell spare here on the 3-4-6. The woods may be there to provide a trampoline effect, but you got to cut this 3-pin fine, and that is actually a clean spare conversion. And now we take a look at the scores here. So Hingham with that extra mark means they are very much in this string. Jones, McDonough, and Winchell all on spares by our unofficial count here as they try to salvage these 2 remaining points.
Money match run. Justin Scally, Bob Lee in the call. Justin Scally, the play-by-play. Bob in the technology in the background vocals. 11 a.m. special time. Morning matinee tomorrow, Saturday, January 25th. Shawn Morrison, Kai Hunt from Maine. One of the best bowlers in the game up in Maine. Won the Maine State APH Irish Free Handicap tournament last year against Willard Dyer. They're taking on the defending champs, Danny Harris. And one moment, it's 9 drop there. Daley spare. McDonough's turn for a spare. Knocks it down.
That's Jones, you'll find he's got back-to-back, 19 and another. So Chris Jones now. You know,
Danny Harris, Justin Waters tomorrow with against Shawn Morrison, Kai Hunt. 11 a.m. start on Canopy Bowling Network on YouTube. Daley splitting 3 and 1. On the spare, 35 through 3. Jones, 8, 4 in the 7.
busting it up.
On the fill, 46 through 3. Strong start. Daley, good bid. Won't go on the object. 4-7, 3 right.
Is this the momentum shift? Just seems like there's this little bit extra coming out of the South Shore Country Club boys on their shots.
Hingham always test every year. Another mark. 56 in the ball through 4 for the silent assassin, Chris Jones. Not the flamethrower, the silent assassin.
Chris Jones, he's not Chris Jones.
He's the real Chris Jones. There's the other Chris Jones, Leader Lanes. I'm actually Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire.
Hey, time will tell. The ACST has a way of developing the bowlers you least expect. How hard does Daley throw? North of 40 miles an hour. Good question.
28 through 2.
43, Bob Lee has clocked it at times.
Collins 28 through 2. McDonough 19 the ball. The left-hander in the pocket. Slide 6. 3-9, 7-10. 25 through 2 in the third and final string of the match. Week 20 of 35, the Friday Night Pro League. Game of the week every Friday night, plus the playoffs. And what a bid that was for the Terminator.
McDonough on the cap there, no good. Oh, we're trying to solve the TikTok puzzle to make sure Charlie doesn't lose the stream here. There we go. You use the slider here, and that makes a sunset. What do you mean? That is a sunset. TikTok, thank you.
All right, Charles,
$9 a piece.
All right, back on TikTok, Charles Collins. his address on the screen for TikTok because I'm having lapses tonight.
To be clear, we are Candlepin Bowling Network. Charles Collins is unaffiliated, but it is our absolute pleasure to cross-promote all the great Candlepin creators, content creators out there.
I'll have lunch and dinner when I get home tonight.
Please do.
On fumes. Busy day. Doubleheader for me today, doubleheader tomorrow, tripleheader Sunday, day night doubleheader Monday. Matches every day next week pretty much, except for Wednesday.
I'm exhausted just listening to that.
I get that a lot.
But you can catch it all here on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Charles Collins.
Brother Charles.
2-4-5 triangle, 45% rate. McDonough, meanwhile, splitting 2 and 2, 3-6, wobbling 4 and 7.
Raise your microphone.
Collins trying to track it down, does spare. 47 of the ball through 4 in East Boston, Mass. at Central Park Lanes.
McDonough needs a slice, but the wood is there.
Good effort, won't go.
Doesn't help the shot all that much.
3 marks to 2 for Central 3. Tied in the string right now before this box here for McDonough at 10. So it's a 10-pin lead, 166, 156 for Hingham. 10-pin lead in the string, total out of reach. Unless strikes galore arrive. 4-4-4, 44 through 4 for Chris McDonough.
You would need an average of 18 spares more than the other guy to make that up.
Hingham has to think it's the world title, world finals that Academy did in first string.
There's no energy like it. If you could somehow harness that at not the Worlds, power to you.
Middle bowls up now. Nick Leach, John Zappi, both with splits. 6-9, 7, right to left for Nick Leach.
A lot of eyeballs boring into the back of these bowlers here.
Oh, wow, what a shot for a spare. Nico, highlight reel.
For Nick Leach.
29 of the ball through 3. Zappi won't go.
Why, yes, I did hit the button. Thank you for asking.
Greg got his hand on that replay trigger, ready to show that instant replay twice. Zappi at 10, 28 through 3.
I know quality when I see it. Take a look at this one on the 6-7-9. Yes, wood does help the shot, but Leach has to get on the right side of this and just slice it off the front of that wood and trampoline it into the 7. His spare fill on the head pin at 7. And a chance to do another circus shot again. The puzzle piece? Yeah, we got it.
I want to see the replay. Can you go back and show it again after the fact?
Oh, you want to see the shot again? Well,
yeah,
provided Leach doesn't do another circus shot, he does not.
That was a heck of a shot.
Nor Zappi with this one. He does have wood, though.
Oh, look at that.
But the wood spins right in front of the 8. So we're going to break a sports broadcasting thing and show the same replay twice once we see that third ball.
I want to see it 5 times.
You can. It's free on YouTube. But hey,
rinse
what
and repeat,
the
rinse and
heck?
repeat.
Absolutely. Please ignore the fact that the TikTok tag is still there. We got to see this 6-8. 6-7-9. Holy smokes, what a shot. Baker
Justin.
and Waters. Yeah, elevator's going up.
Waters 20 in the ball through 2. Baker has a 28 score through 2 here in East Boston.
I haven't.
Waters bombs away, baby. Strike on spare. 30 through 2, 40 plus 2 through 3. Waters world. Baker with the first strike almost. Would try to push the 9 down.
Great way to match that.
Like the old Raspberry song in the 70s, this should be easy, go all the way. Eric Harmon, lead singer. Oh, he breezed it down for a spare. Wow, don't hurt him, Shawn. A gentleman's spare. He gets a giggle out of that one.
Maybe we'll take a look at this one instead. Boom, baby. That's a Drew Steele kaboom box right there.
Hey, bombs away, baby. I want to see that Baker one if you have time.
Well,
still giggling about that one. Here's Waters on a strike. And down the middle, spread eagle, brutal.
if there weren't dingbats with cameras looking at you, no one would ever know.
Baker in the bonus on the head pin. 1-5 again. He's done it twice tonight, I believe. Wow.
And why did you hit the head pin again?
40 through 3. What a cruel game. That's a youch. Y-O-U-C-H. Put in the dictionary, Webster. Yikes and ouch combined.
Excuse me, Waters is still in that strike, Phil. Sorry to be squirrely with that. Here's the second ball.
Oh, bouncing. Not the 6 to wobble, won't fall. Baker trying to work out of it. Good bid in the object, nothing to show for it. Look at this one. 4-7-8, right side, 3-6-10. Give him a break.
2 object pins, that's the thanks you get.
Funny game. Waters a 9. 56 through 4 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Baker, 3 object hits, a 7.
Yep. Only the
47 through 4. I want to see that, if you can, the Baker shot.
the single pin, sorry. I can only save so much.
Ah, boo.
Sorry, the technology is not that
Taking that
advanced.
sky bar back. Just kidding.
Happy hunting.
Gabe Walker got my last sky bar of the night. She's not sharing with Cliff Walker either. I'm going back to Maine tonight. She's won the state tournament this weekend at Stars and Strikes.
That makes her smart.
Yeah. 4 chocolate bars, 4 different squares you break apart, and 4 different flavors. Kind of like Brighto. Three Stooges. Brighto. Brighto? Brighto? 3 delicious flavors. This has 4. And raspberry. No raspberry in the sky bar, though. Winchell denied, but a 9. Wood takes
Is he?
a crack, won't
Yeah.
go.
Not with the red line, otherwise it would have a better chance.
Harris at 10, 43 through 3 in the third.
All the pins. Harris continuing to pin well, has left 9 pins standing in 15 markless frames.
Winchell won't go for 9, 35 through 3. Update after this next box. Close here in the third. Central 3 going to get total. It's a question of 6 points, 7 or 8. Up 7 on extra coming in for the first 2 spots. Harris with 9. The king is the 5. John Winchell in Glenwood, New Hampshire, an extra lane, Shooter Sports, Robex, New Hampshire, diamond left. 2, 4, 5, the 8 behind the 2. Harris for a spare, right on. 53 in a ball through 4.
3 marks and 4.
Winchell, he got it. Spare.
Huh, that was an interesting way to make that one.
45 in a ball through 4.
You can see it just comes off the, oh, it's just a wild carom off the wall, and there you go.
I still want to see Baker's spare.
you got Nico Pujar. He's our backup replay guy. You know, he's got the YouTube shorts. He's got the content. Subscribe, you'll see it all. 2 marks aside here. I'll take this time to remark on the pinning, which is good from both sides, even though it has been Central 3, and now is a Central 3 lead in a closer way in String 3. Pinning has been good for both sides. Hingham has left 91 pins standing in 96 no-mark frames, so they're averaging better than 9 a box when they don't mark. And Central 3 has left 65 pins standing in 77 frames where they have not marked, so they're averaging better than 9. So if you're averaging less than 1 pin standing in the boxes where you don't mark, that is professional pinning.
There's a 9 drop there. Back to the top order. Jones, red hot, 65 through 4. Nico, thanks for the stream, the clip.
Yeah, 26 bonus pins and 3 marks for Jones already.
Nico's funny. Put that word in the dictionary. Ouch. I will take it easy, Nico. It's a mission to get that word in the dictionary. They got worse words in the dictionary.
Heartbreaker. Jones gets shut down in this one.
He had 3 in a row, right?
He had 3 in a row, but he did miss that 5 pin to the left.
He missed to the right that time for a 9. Solid 74.5 for the lead-up bowler. The silent assassin, not the flamethrowers I inadvertently put down in my sleep in the post. Daley at 10, 54.5. A 150 start got them going. Central 3 has total in hand, 8-pin lead in the string. 2 marks to 1 on this side also, all spares. Jones back in the pocket, 6 right, 7 left. See if he can use that wood to bounce over. Stephen Pope, where are the banana splits? I saw one earlier when I wasn't calling the second string. I didn't hear Greg do the growl sound. I got to work on Greg on that one. Case McCool is irritated by that. He's still hungry. You have to go to the emergency room. He wants a banana split.
I don't think that's compelling enough for TLC, but that's okay.
Taylor staring at the 6.
Single pin.
Easiest one to make out of all of them by about 20%. He's got it, spare. 64 in the ball through 6 here in the third.
Harsh on himself, no smile.
Jones at 10. 84 through 6 for Hingham out of South Shore Country Club. Formerly, old place closed down a couple years ago. Hence, they're now Hingham.
Yeah, Union Street in Holbrook. That's
right.
the place.
Not named after Craig Holbrook, although it should be probably. Central's 3, 3 marks to 1. 1 leads number 4.
Oh,
Here's McDonough with 8, 7 to 10. Wood hanging around. Looks like 4 pieces.
the Pins always find a way to leave the 7-10, don't they?
Collins slips. He stays beyond the line, I believe, in a half Worcester. Ouch. A balancing act, too. That could have been nothing if it fell over the line. If
Yeah.
fell over like Matt Nichols did yesterday. But Buffalo Nichols.
So it's not just Chris. Misery loves company. And
Oh, what a shot for a spare.
you can tell it's not just the bowler. Great shot, McDonough. We'll see that again.
54 and a half in the ball. Collins 2 in the fill, 49 through 4, 4-7, 5-10. Good luck with this one for a 10. Try to get at least 2, move on. And he does for an 8, 57 half.
Mark Milliken, you have such a way with words. Let's take a look at this again. 7-10 with Wood. McDonough plays this one. I think he misses the front wood or avoids the front wood, however you want to draw that up, and plays off the left side. Ball takes a 7. Pin action takes the 10.
Vinny Terrazzano, we'll see you tomorrow at the roll-off. Thank you for coming down.
Look at this one!
He got it! Strike!
And a 20 box for Hingham and timely.
Collins 1 in the 10. Not a bad leave off the head pin. McDonough 74 plus 2 in the 6th.
Yep. Sorry, that was the...
Putt.
Folks, I apologize. That was a terribly undisciplined noise to make in the microphone. I will not repeat the error.
It was not a burp. Collins spare. 67 the ball through 6.
Now let's take a look at that replay there. The 4-7 are the last to drop here as the 2-pin gets off another piece of wood and gets the 4-7.
2-finger lead for Hingham here in the third and final string. 2 fingers, the lead.
I think I saw 2 fingers just now, but thankfully below camera height.
John Zappi 4. Nick Leach 6. Wobbling check, mark right. Nick has 1 mark. John looking for his first mark here in the third. A close one. Hingham fighting hard for 2 points. 1-7-9-10 for Zappi. Leach got half the equation.
Still love how John Zappi's rocking the old school white bowling shoes. Even Bob Whitcomb changed pairs eventually.
Both with an 8. 45 for Zappi. Leach 53 through 5.
The old Lynn's bowling shoes.
Halfway point of the final string.
Dexter, of course, is king. Bowling shoes are the same as in mainstream 10-pin as in candlepin.
The left-hander off to the right. 7, not bad. 1-2-4 opportunity. Leach, beautiful ball. 9. 4-pin for a spare.
2 pins minus a ball, so really it's Central's advantage, but only just.
Zappi, spare.
Got it just that little bit more out there.
55 to ball through 6. Leach, right on, spare. 63 to ball through 6. You know, about candy bars, I hate when you leave in your pocket, you know, because it's too cold. And you want to wait, let it warm up a little bit like that, and you forget about it. Then you look at it later on, it looks like something else. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I've left my laptop on one of the laptops while streaming as well. That didn't end well.
Even your shirt pocket, like in the summertime, it just looks gross.
Yeah.
4 marks to 3. For Central 3, down 2 in the string. Sean Baker 47 through 4. Justin Waters 56 through 4. 1-3-7-10. Try to split the uprights. Baker 2 full on the object. 8 left, 6-10 right. Back to 15. Waters a tough one here. Kipling making it, and he almost got it. 75% of it down. Clean up on aisle 16 for Baker for a 10. 57 through 5. Waters right on for a 10. Deadly pinner, 66 half.
I'd rock Lin's, but they don't have interchangeable soles. Yeah, Mark, I feel you there. Even though bowling technology is at a relative minimum in Candlepin, bowling shoes have made the same advances as anyone.
Here's Bob Lee.
Hey, Paul. So Hingham's trying to get off the schneid here.
Baker strike.
Seeing more and more of that.
Shawn wants you to stay right where you are, Bob.
Very
You know it.
superstitious.
Waters crossing over for a strike. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Very preemptive high five from Shawn Baker there. No, sir. But a spare possible.
I was disappointed they came with a Weebles version. I didn't know about till years later on that they did have a Weebles that did fall down, second generation.
What's
that's
the
just,
point?
That's just wrong. Waters spare.
There's the hype.
Christy Hapworth told me that in Maine. I was very disappointed. It's like you find about Santa Claus.
Hammer time one more time. Take a look. Baker more on the 1-2 side. See ya 10-pin. See ya everything.
Both on spares.
John Winchell's got a spare, as does Harris. He's got on his head pin here. You see it here, 2-7-8. Danny Harris.
He gets 7 also. He's got the 3-7-10, 2-7-8.
So just for the moment, we had every Central 3 bowler on a spare.
7-7 the fills. Another one. 52 through 4. 62 after Winchell on the ball. Harris.
Denied by the 7-pin. Yeah, good shout, John. Danny also wears Lin's. I forgot about that. You see him there on the approach. Looks
Hit the wood
foul,
first. No
I
good
think.
for 9.
Nope. Waved it off.
69 half. Winchell 62 half on the ball. A field goal lead for Hingham. Now it's 4 marks for each side. 2 strikes for Hingham, though.
Bowlers in the spirit of integrity and sportsmanship must make the fair call on their own without influence from anyone. That includes commentators, so while I will speculate, I will try to do so under my breath as to not influence said bowler's call.
Is that why steam's coming out of your ears? 5 fill. Harris back in the pocket, 2 in the 4.
So, Paul, how does Tom Hirsch feel about that rule?
Okay.
What rule?
that you can't get any advice from other people about whether something was a foul or not.
I plead the 5th. Harris spare.
His 4th in the string.
79 the ball through 6. Winchell to fill 5, 67 half.
And again, all the smudges up on Central 3.
Winchell grabs 3 for an 8. 75 through 6. Time for an update from the soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
Yep, important sticks like a number of the third balls Hingham has thrown here. And they are holding on to a lead that seems to be more of a mirage than anything. Really, Central 3 has a slight advantage, but the fact that 2 of Hingham's marks are strikes, and yeah, this is a close one, really. So string 3 still with 2 points there, and it looks as though Paul has just ruined some kid's life.
Hey, John Hunter, I didn't say the truth. I just mentioned Santa Claus. I didn't give away the secret, though. I wouldn't do that. The stream does say it's no, not made for kids, though.
What do you mean secret?
Let's talk about his weight.
Uh-oh.
His weight is not what they say it is, John Hunter.
That doesn't make it better.
All right.
Good rip and a split for Daley.
Yep, fill that 6.
70 through 6.
Off the head pin and a better outcome for Jones in this case.
Only the first head pin he's missed this string.
Daley not happy with that one. Missed the object pin. 2-4 in the 10. 1-3-9 chance.
He still has a chance for 400, but basically has to mark out at this point, Daley does.
Jones, the wood got in the way. Daley object pin for an 8. 78 through 7, the final string. John, just having some fun with you. Nice shot. Missed the second, made the third. A Paul Grant special. 10, 94 through 7 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Greg, how can they get Candlepin Bowling Network?
By the way, I think this is a de facto tie at this point. In Candlepin Bowling Network, you found one way, but remember, there's 2 ways, Facebook and YouTube. Candlepin Bowling Network in both. We used to have 2 different names, Bowling Nerd Network and Spread Eagle Productions, but now we are neither. Candlepin Bowling Network.
Yeah, that one got away. Daley on a diamond.
Really, Bowling Nerd Network was kind of a refuge for us, more so until we got a true Facebook presence. Thank you, each and every one of you, for making it happen.
Spare for Daley. Uncut the diamond, 88 through 8 in the ball. Jones, 2-6-10. We'll bring back Bob Lee in just a moment. Talk about tomorrow's match. 5 marks.
Daley's Diamond Demolition
This one is coming down.
dynamite.
That sounds like Channel 7. We're your alliteration station, Channel 7.
From Greg Gouillart.
Oh,
Big bucks.
tough 8 for Jones there.
Wild
And
weather.
McDonough, as McDonough steps in.
And again, a wild screamer off the sidewall.
Super sunny summer. We're your alliteration station. We're at Channel 7.
Good going. McDonough on a strike at that 20 box.
John, thanks for the prayers for Bob's wife. Apparently
Yes,
stage
thank
4
you all.
cancer.
Thank you.
Charles Collins, spread eagle
Okay.
on a fill of 4, 71 through 6.
Correct reaction, Bob. That is a momentum swing, possibly.
McDonough on the strike, 3 in the first ball. Cancer helps bowlers going through cancer treatments. If you need help, let us know. Donate via Venmo. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. Good try by the Terminator. Comes back for the 10, 3-6 and the 7. Second ball on the strike, McDonough.
He's going to need, nope, he's going to get
fill.
6 on that fill.
He
Yep.
came up light again. Unfortunately, just the lanes and its foot are just not agreeing with one another.
80 through 6. Collins trying to get 2 here. And does for a 9, 80 through 7. McDonough on 9, 89 through 7.
Mark asks, so I'm not allowed to ask my captain on a fair or foul decision? By the letter of the rule, no, but because the bowler is supposed to have the best view.
And that's why Tom Hirsch disagrees with this rule, and a lot of
One bowler, King of the Palace alumnus.
there it is.
There's a strike for the Terminator, Charles Collins.
Similar ball to that spread eagle.
90 plus 2 through 8, rolling 9 for McDonough. He's like, where's my break?
Yep.
Double barrel wood.
It is a break, really. It's the way things have been going. Anyone welcomes a 9 drop, unless the other guy threw 10.
Doublewood should treat in this instance. Let's
For a
see.
spare, bang!
Yes. He was halfway turned around as well.
99 the ball through 8. What a battle here in the third. Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. On Candlepin Bowling Network.
One more look at the Terminator. 8-pin, 5-pin gets tripped from the side, and there it goes.
Wonder where he got that nickname from.
Gee golly goshums. Speaking of alliteration, you wonder how.
Nick Leach, 2-4 on the 6. On the spare, 7, 70 through 6. Zappi on a spare. He goes right, and he takes down 6. 1, 4, 7. The 5 behind the 1. 61 through 6. Leach, good offer, not accepted.
Already had that circus shot earlier.
4 left, 6 right. Zappi trying to pull it off. But he missed the 1, has the 1 on the 4. Leach slices 1 for a 9, 79 through 7. John field goal for an 8, 69 through 7. It's close here in the third. How close is it? Dead even, 4-12, 4-12. The hits are 4-2 for Central 3.
Yep.
Each team with 1 strike.
Daley and Collins, albeit McDonough on the other side with Mark. Central 3 now is slightly out in front. Significantly, I would say.
All right.
Here's the setback lead for Leach.
Thanks, Corey Smith.
That wood, that sweeper wood is coming back for Leach, though. Look at that.
That is to say the wood headed towards the 5.
That's the one place where it's a reasonable spare opportunity when there's sweeper wood like that.
The broom is out. Can he pick it up?
Wait a second, he's
he
gone
went
right.
No,
Thought he'd go left, maybe.
I don't think he was aiming for
I
that.
don't think he's trying to do that. Zappi trying to pick it off. He will not get it either.
One of the Central bowlers says, I don't think that's where he was aiming at all.
The sleeper pin went, but the 6 did not. And Leach gets the 10.
Yep.
89 through 8. Zappi a 9. 78 through 8 here in the third.
I can count on one hand the number of times they have outright disagreed with the way the bowler has played the shot. Through a lot of wisdom, they usually know just where it would give them the best chance.
The reason Tom Hirsch and others disagree with the rule, and I agree
Going
with
back to that, yeah.
Going back to not on how they play it, but on whether a call was legal, is a lot of times they don't know if it's legal. A beginning bowler doesn't know what the channel rules are. They don't know if that pin is hanging out. Nice head pin there for Justin. He's got the 3-9.
H-Hill, yes, and you're saying common sense exceptions might be able to prevail
Yes,
in this case.
They don't know the rule. They turned around. They didn't look. They're like, "Can you give me help?" They don't know.
And this is all based on the ICBA rulebook, although that's also based on, it hasn't had an update in some time. Let's be honest about that as well.
Spare for Waters there.
So
94 on the ball through 7.
I think an update based on current accepted practices, for example, the ball-for-ball tendency of
Sweet spare.
Spare and strike for Baker on the diamond.
The ball cleared its way through to the 9-pin there.
77 through 6, 87 the ball through 7. Baker back in business.
So point being, it could use some updates to address current habits in the world of Candlepin.
It went Central 3 by 1. Now it's Hingham by 1. 2 extra hits for Central 3.
And one of the places where even intermediate bowlers don't even know the rule is Waters takes 7 on his hill. Intermediate bowlers, the ball leaving where it doesn't hit the gutter, but where it's left the lane.
Which is the true definition of a foul ball.
That is a foul, and a lot of bowlers don't know that. So if they could get the advice, say, did your ball leave the lane? That you could ask them. You can ask them to use their judgment, but they have to give you a guiding question to make a good call. Baker on the 4 horsemen. Nope. All right, it's really tight here. Hingham is trailing by about 6.
Waters takes 10 on that one. Baker takes 8.
So it'll be an 8-pin lead plus two marks for Central.
Now over to John Winchell and Danny Harris. Danny Harris on 4 marks and 6 boxes in this string. 2-pin advantage for Central 3, unofficially as we have it.
Brittany Irene with 3 E's on TikTok. Brittany Underwood here in the house. Brittany Irene with 3 E's, TikToking on Wednesday night's 8 o'clock league. And this Sunday, the South Shore Classic. South Shore Classic, 10 a.m. from Webster Timberlanes, Abington, Massachusetts, home of the chocolate chip cookie pizza.
I would like to present to you the 3-4-5-9 split.
Yeah, Danny kind of looked like he ate a lemon after that split came up.
6 fill, 85 through 6. Tough one there, still is. 3-9, 4 left. Here's John Winchell off the eagle.
Nope.
Got the middle pin.
A split within a split.
Harris off your pin for an 8. 93 through 7 here in the 3rd.
I'm going to have to replay that first ball to see. Over to the 4-7, and John Winchell takes a 7. Let's see if I got the replay in time here. Here's how Harris took out this leave here. The ball's tailing away from the head pin, so it's very thin contact. Gets sidewall contact, so the right side is sort of crumbling, but still, there we go.
All right, another gainer for Central, though.
Harris on the head pin, splits 3 and 2, 2-4-7, 6-10 right. Here's John Winchell on lane 15. Right in the pocket. Look at this one. 4 and the 5.
All right.
No
4
luck.
and the 5.
No luck. What a cruel game sometimes
Paul,
is.
you know what we call that one? That's the
Colt,
fangs.
How about
That's
the Colt?
the fangs.
How about the Colt 45?
Hey, Paul, how about the fangs?
The
Call
Colt
it what it looks
45.
like. Yeah, call it what it looks like, though.
Winchell grabs 1.
Wait, hang on, Mr. Hines 57. Wait a second here.
That's a traditional name, like the Woolworth. Those are traditional spare calls.
I seldom hear it, but I seldom leave it.
Each the 9 that time.
I believe you, though.
9 is the lead.
Update from Greg Gouillart. Final 2 marks of the match. Thanks for watching.
May someone please go to check the scores? It'd be really appreciated. 9-pin advantage right now for Central 3 with 1 extra hit for Daley and Collins versus McDonough. So it's those marks you saw late. Those have held up. And now,
Greg tried to
2 pins still on the line. 2 points still on the line for Hingham.
You trying to do a chipmunk impersonation there? Here's Greg
Porky
Alvin.
Pig.
Greg Alvin Gouillart.
All right.
There we go.
So we basically have a string to play here.
Yep.
There's 2 extra bonus balls for Central, so 9 plus 2 hits.
Central 3 would need a lot for 1,800, but it is possible. That would be a 120 average for the team if they can manage, which in Central 3 is some average. Nobody's got a 400 really. Daley could still if he marks out. Here he is to see if that works out.
Top of the order, here we go.
Jones a little thin and no reward there. That's a 3, 7, 8.
Whoa!
Daley sweeps 9 on the spare, 97 through 8.
Huge to break up that 5-pin late. Just those little extras that Josh Daley gets.
Yeah.
Interesting formation for the silent assassin, but he missed everything. That's a Paul Grant shot.
At least the pins are there, but
Daley for a spare, knocks it down.
That's big.
107 the
Big
ball in the
gainer
ninth.
there.
Chris another chance at it. And only two somehow for an 8. Strange one. 110 through 9. 9 blocks to go. Bob Lee.
It's 11 plus 3 hits for Central. Trying to sweep here. Hingham trying to salvage. They came alive after throwing 515 and 497 in their first 2.
So to clarify, Josh Daley needs 19 or more bonus pins, so a 9 spare strike is one way to get there.
Nice pocket shot. 5 and the 7. Ridiculous. Daley's spare fill is going to be 9.
Okay.
9.
It's shaking.
Wiggle on the 8.
No, it twisted and turned and didn't.
Dance. Where's the win when you need it?
Counts are unofficial, but that's what I show it as.
Santa Claus, open up the chimney for John Hunter and his kids.
Bob, is there any way to peek to see if... Hang on.
Daley missed it, not by much. Feel a breeze
Okay.
back here in that one. The 9 fill, 116 through 9.
There goes the chance at 400.
Jones rolls 1 for 9, 119 final string. Daley at 10, 126 final string. 3 string totals from Greg.
Josh Daley 390, so he had a chance there. Chris Jones 315 with a good finish.
Lowest man sits out for Central 3, rotating 6-man team rotation. 8 blocks to go. 1 hit for each side, both here on the only marks. A spare and a strike. The strike belongs to Charlie Collins, the Terminator, or Charles, if you will.
Well, upset in the last string was possible, but drastically less likely now. McDonough 7.
Collins 5, 2-7-10. Hingham had the lead by a finger or two. Now it's down 23 right now. But it's going to go back up in a moment with Collins fill. Just missed left. Ouch.
Slightly early release there.
Collins 6 in the strike, 96 through 8.
Overthrown there.
Hingham swept him 8-0 in Hingham earlier this year, and Central 3 try to pay back with an 8-0 sweep of their own at home. Chris and 8. Collins and 8 to match. 114 for Chris. Charles 104 through 9. 7 blocks to go. Thank you, Greg. Yeah, thanks for Bob Lee. Great to be together.
Just about perfectly for that one.
1 to 9. Hingham in trouble now. Got to get some marks. Still not out of it completely. Collins sweeps it down for a spare.
Bulldozer went through there. Sometimes those will ricochet off the pin, and you don't connect on those 2 pinners where there's wood in front. But
Collins 114 the ball. McDonough an 8, 122 final string.
Which means Chris McDonough has a 329.
31 pin lead plus his ball for Collins. The only mark on the board for either side. And add 8 more, make it 9. 1, 2, 3, Jackson 5. Final string for the Terminator. 3 string total, Greg.
Charlie Collins, 365.
And Chris had 3.
329.
329, yep.
All right, 40 pin lead for Central 3. No marks on the board. Hingham getting close to the miracle zone as Zappi splits 4 and 2. Nick Leach with 5. Bob Lee with the promotion for tomorrow. One more time, Bob.
Well, we got the Money Match 14 coming up. Justin Waters and Danny Harris, you just saw bowling tonight, up against Maine's Kai Hunt. There's a beautiful spare from John Zappi. Against Maine's Kai Hunt and Shawn Morrison. Morrison, one of the great bowlers from the early 2000s, had an average up over 125. 5 state championships, I believe.
Yep,
and,
3 ISBA titles.
yeah.
Yep. 5 main state titles.
We haven't seen a lot of him in the last few years, but I'm told that it's not going to be a walkover with those teams.
And Kai Hunt, one of the best young bowlers in Maine, like Cole Fry and others. Mark Weber. John Zappi, a big-time spare to 9 fill. 97 through 9. Leach, 2, 3, 6, 10. He's at 99 through 9. Coming to his final box. Zappi needs it.
Exeter's money match is the richest money match in the game.
Zappi pulls it down, spare. 107 the ball in the 10th. No quitting this team. Leach.
All right. Hey,
trying
look
to
at
roll
this.
it
Look
over.
at this.
Can't reach the 6. Hingham still has a shot for 2 points. Total obviously long gone a while ago. Nick, a 9. 108 final string.
For a 3-string total of 304. So Shawn Zappi.
Strike to cut at the 20.
It's possible. Again. I'm not sure if it threw everyone off
okay,
YouTube.
it's
I'll
coming
fix
back.
that.
5 in the fill.
So a 25-pin lead.
25-pin lead is confirmed.
Okay.
Bob the math genius. 112 final string for Zappi, right? 112?
112 makes 320 for John Zappi.
Justin Waters, 111 pin lead for the defending champ, Central 3 on the left.
Oh my God, it actually. All right, let's see if I can salvage Facebook.
5 for Baker. Need to mark out to have a chance, more than likely. Waters, 2 in the 8.
Okay. Storo drive.
There it is.
Route 28. Baker almost could have used it. Leads up to 2. Waters trying to get a big one here.
Okay.
3 middle, 5
Hit
left,
where he
6
wanted
right.
it.
Shawn a 10. 111 through 9. Waters trying to get to 121 through 9.
Again, apologies, folks. Had a bit of a disconnect there. We'll have the full recording later on. Great to see you all here.
Central leading by 25.
And Waters a big 10. 121 final string.
That keeps it at 25.
Pivotal one to be sure, but
3 string total. He's got a box to go, actually.
still got a box to
Yep.
go. Yes.
We'll get the totals in just a moment. Anchor ball is next. 25-pin lead for Central 3, trying to hang on for the sweep and return the favor. Baker on the left of the head pin, forced from the post. Time's running out for Hingham. Waters trying to put it away here.
Wow.
With 9.
Looked like he lost his balance a little bit to the right, but he held on to the throw.
And again, that's been happening
Yeah.
all night long. Tough conditions out there.
Baker, object pin doesn't carry, brutal.
That'll be something interesting, Paul, if we get the chance to talk with one of the bowlers, and I need to set up a microphone for you. But
Is this the Boston Garden? They have ice underneath, and the Celtics playing on the
I guess,
Big
yeah,
swing.
there you go.
spare for Waters. Baker in 9.
There was only one true parquet, but
Butter.
got some pretty old wood here at Central Park Lanes in East Boston.
Parquet. Butter. Parquet. Baker 120. Final string. 3 string total, Greg, for Shawn.
Shawn Baker, 324.
Waters World 131 on the ball. Wrapping up his match. Hankers closes it up next.
All right.
On the crossover, it's going to be a fill of 7.
Another 7.
138 final string for Justin Waters World Waters.
373.
33
Nice.
pin lead. 2 boxes to go. Miracles on time for Hingham. Pretty much need to strike out. Well, they'll strike out with 0 and 8.
Needs 2 marks at bare minimum.
We'll talk to probably Josh Daley or Justin Waters afterwards. That should do it.
Yep, Winchell 5 straight splits. That's just the way it goes tonight. Yeah. Disappointed with 390 to be sure, but a tremendous 390.
And the Ocean, that's no good, -2. Central 3 has swept 8 points off the 4 seed Hingham. The 1 seed retains first place. Had 7 pin lead on Exeter coming in. Which that's a 7 officially. 98. 98 through 9. Harris a 9, barely missed it. 9, 111. 111 through 9. Final box. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network in high definition. More than 1,650 videos, semi-pro to pro action. Something for everyone. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Like and follow us on Facebook as well. Next Friday night, Lafayette Lanes, the 10 seed at number 3, Academy 2. 7:30 live, January 31st, 2025, on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. Playing up the string. Winchell, good offer, 9 to 10.
Reasonable chance to mark out here for Harris.
Harris for good measure.
Nope.
Won't go.
Nope.
Winchell a 9. Disappointing 107 strength. Disappointing Nite. Harris a 10. 121 final string. Let's get the update from Greg Gouillart. Thanks, Bob Lee, again.
Yes.
Good to be with you again, Bob.
It's
Certainly.
so good to be back.
It is good to see you, Mr. Executive Producer. And here we have our unofficial scores. We show it as 616 to 580. The result is not in doubt. 2 more match points for string, 2 for total. Central 3 returns the favor from the first time around and has an 8-0 victory. We will try and get a microphone out there. Stand by, folks. We'll be right with you in just a moment. We'll see you. Stand by, folks.
What a performance by Central 3. Dominant 30 points all year. Hey, Josh. Just another day there was 390. Not bad.
Yeah. We're clicking more and we're bowling good, so we're trying to do the best we can.
8-0, they swept you earlier. 8-0, you returned the favor.
Yeah. We were looking forward to this match a lot. Here he is, Baker. So we like bowling these guys, and it's always a good time.
It is always a good time. I'm going to tell you right now, this kid right here is probably one of the best I've seen in a fucking long time. long time. This kid's amazing.
Thank you.
And he's hard to beat.
You've had quite the career, the Hall of Fame class, 2027, more than likely.
We'll see.
We'll
see.
I don't meet the age requirement yet.
We'll see. But either
guy
way,
will be in there.
either way, this kid right here is fantastic. They have a great team, and they're going to be those are the ones to beat. We're going to try and figure out how to beat them. That's it. So
anything happen in the playoffs? All right, Josh. You got a luxury team. You got all world championship team pretty much.
Yeah.
How do you guys do it time in, time out?
Actually, so last year, 2022 at Worlds, a good friend of mine, Mr. John Zappi, had told me, if you bowl with your friends, you can do well. And I bowl with my friends, and look at us. We have fun. We brag around each other. So I think keeping us together between here and Worlds really keeps our friendship and our teammates together.
When you guys struggle, which doesn't happen too often, how do you get them?
I think it's just one of us gets a couple marks and we keep going from there, and then all of a sudden we just build off each other. We're a lot of building off on each other's team. 3 of us can go 2 marks in a row, and then all of a sudden the next set, the other 2 who gets marks. So
8-0 sweep, only 30 points lost in the season. 15 matches to go in the season, a 3-letter word.
wow, Paul.
Back to Greg Gouillart to wrap it up.
Thanks so much for watching this presentation of the Friday Night Pro League here on Candlepin Bowling Network. For Bob Lee and Paul Grant, my name is Greg Gouillart. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, if scores are official, by the way, until next time, so long.